everybody. Hello, everybody. This is Rich, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play tabletop RPGs with really cool friends of mine. This is the Intercontinental Group of Awesome. We are playing the very first episode of a little game that I like to call Primetime Adventures, and I call it that because that's its name. This is the third edition. This is by Matt Wilson of Dog-Eared Designs. It's a beautiful little game. And it is all about play the greatest TV show that never was. We are going to be playing this game. It utilizes cards, playing cards for resolution, as well as chips, and wonderful buddy Andrea has set us up on Anywhere Board Games, which is a free hangout app that we'll be utilizing for the conflict resolution once we get to that. So I've already mentioned at least one person. Let's go ahead and go around the room. Who, if you could, just introduce yourself, and then like a brief like half sentence of the character that you'll be portraying on Heart and Souls Hospital. So we'll start alphabetically with Alex.
Hi, I am Alex, playing Dr. Lucius Nazarov, the head of Psych, who seems to be up to no good.
Seems to be. He does seem to be. Next, we have Andrea.
Hi, I am playing Kenzie Lane. Kenzie is the hospital mortician, and she clearly knows a little more about what's going on than everyone else, but she's not really willing to put it out there quite yet.
Nice. All right. Then we have Boodle.
Yes, hello, I'm Boodle. I am playing Vishal Venkatesh, who is a male nurse, and he is struggling to be seen for his good work and not just his looks.
Yeah, but have you seen him? I think he's awfully pretty to look at. I'm just saying. So he's got an uphill battle. There's a lot of male gaze up on the male Vishal. So good luck, Poodle. All right.
Yeah.
Next we have Jan. Jan, let us know who you're playing.
I will be playing Dr. Nathan Saunders, who lost his wife in a very obscure incident, but he's been in denial of what really happened. And whenever he hears about something strange happening, he tries to explain it away with science. And yes, he's a doctor at the hospital.
Excellent. And last but not least, we have Jules.
Hi, I'm playing Jane Doe, the mysterious and cute coma patient who just woke up. There's always one.
That's right. There's always one who's cute. The rest, not as cute. Just
coma patient, also cute.
Okay, so Heart and Souls Hospital, the premise for this show, is inspired by little hospital drama, but mixed with an overtone of Welcome to Night Vale, if you've listened to that podcast or radio show. So there are spooky things that are going on in the town of Jacksonville that people don't talk about, but they seem to be pretty frequent at the victims and the patients who come in to Heart and Souls Hospital. Now, last time that we got together, we created the actual series and the characters and went through a very brief or abbreviated pilot. So in the pilot, I'm gonna list off a few of the things previously on. Yeah, we've done the previously on bit, which is you got the right before the credits. You're kind of showing what happened and highlights. We have 4 scenes, and I'm going to briefly run through some highlights of those scenes. And Jan's working on some card stuff for us, so thank you. So we had opened the pilot with a love scene between Vishal and Caitlin. And Caitlin is not appearing in this film. Yana is not able to make it with us this game session, but Caitlin is Vishal's erstwhile girlfriend right now. And the two of them were getting it on in the long-term care unit. And that was also where Jane Doe was. So while the two of them were having their fun and finishing up, someone within the long-term care unit coded, and Nurse Walker, the Snoopy, the lurky nurse, as we call her, she came in to answer the call, and that's when she discovered the two of them still dressing, and And that's Vishal in his attempt to try to take all of the ownership for this horrible event that could get them fired. He agreed to take all of her shifts. The second scene was the Nurse Walker, had sent Caitlin to find Dr. Saunders. And we cut over to Dr. Saunders, who was meeting with Dr. Nazarov, as well as the the middle manager of the administration, who's always trying to cover up things, and that's Anders Haxon. So the three of them were talking about a recent bear attack on a patient, and that patient, the person was brought into the hospital, that there were injuries that appeared after he was checked in. And so Dr. Nazarov agreed to appear in front of the press to handle this, because he is one of the more senior members of the doctoral staff, and Dr. Saunders was sent down to speak with the mortician to make sure that the correct report was filed. And then that cut to the third scene, which we brought up in the morgue, with the bubbly, very, very beautiful and vivacious, happy-go-lucky person who hangs around dead people, which is Kenzie. And Kenzie and Dr. Saunders had a conversation about the report and the half-eaten body, which Kenzie did not seem like she had bought in to the idea of this being a bear attack, seeing as how there was silver flakes inside the victim. Dr. Saunders said that could have been a Kodiak. Kenzie said only if the Kodiak was shopping at Tiffany's, which I thought was a pretty great line. And so the two of them went back and forth, but at the end of the scene, the climax, Dr. Saunders lost his temper, and Kenzie filed the report sullenly, which was hard for her because she's so cute. And the last scene was Vishal, who had agreed to take on Nurse Walker's shifts, was back again in the long-term care unit. And I forgot a part where Jane Doe, during the getting it on scene, that she kind of, like, there were some movements, some hand movements and stuff. Maybe the beautiful Jane Doe, not completely out of it. So now we'll cut back to where I am, which is in scene 4. And in scene 4, which is the last scene of the pilot, Vishal was lovingly giving, or very, not lovingly, that's probably not right, because he's got a girlfriend, he's a great guy.
Dutifully.
Dutifully, yes, with great care for the patient, giving a sponge bath, which was not at all HBO-ified. Yes, it was. And the last moment, the last shot of that episode was Jane Doe grasping his hand, the hand with the sponge, and opening her eyes. And that's how we ended the last episode. So we flashed through that. It was the longest credit sequence outside of, like, X-Files. All right. We have, and I'm going to remind this, so at the end of the pitch, at the end of every episode, when you expect a subsequent episode or a follow-up episode, we do next week ons. And this is where we have flashes of things that will occur in this episode, if we can make it happen. I'm going to remind us of those next week ons, and then I'm going to stop talking for a little bit, probably, just because I'll be tired. The first next week on that we had was a shot of Dr. Nazarov injecting a syringe into Jane Doe's heart while she screamed at him.
Wait, heart? That was heart?
That's what he said, heart.
Oh, okay.
Well, we could just go. We were like, all right, no, that's what he said. That's what he said.
Fine.
The next week on was an orderly bringing a coma patient in a wheelchair down a long hallway into to the end. There was a light and a door that was open, and that Dr. Nazarov was in the door and welcoming them in. And then all of a sudden we discover it's Jane Doe who's in the wheelchair because Jules asked for it. And we had Caitlin, so not appearing in this film. She was walking along the hallway, and something came out of one of the side passages and snatched her away into the shadows. Kenzie was, wow, Rich can't read his own writing. Kenzie in the lunchroom with the lunch lady throwing down a file with a knowing look, and Kenzie going pale. And then the last one, this is the heart-wrencher, guys. I don't know if I can keep it. All right, the last next week on was Dr. Nathan Saunders and his beautiful daughter, and the two of them were having a heart-to-heart, and he said, Mommy's not coming back. Oh man! Now we cut to our opening sequence, which shows our 5 principal characters, and of course the hospital, and then probably like some shadowy figure of a monster going by, and then we come up on picking up on the moment that we had before. So quick, just technical update. Do we have the Anywhere board games up? I'm going to now read the thing I've been ignoring during my long soliloquy. Alright, should there be a pile of chips in the middle for us to use for fan mail? No. There will be no fan mail in the middle. If you can put 30 chips on top of my card, that's my budget. All the fan mail that was out in the kitty to be distributed is gone. You guys lost out on it because you weren't generous enough. That's okay, though, because I lost out on some, too. I could have hosed you guys a lot more with more cards and stuff, but it's all good. It was a pitch.
We need to spray that shit all over the place. All these chips when they get into the middle. Fan mail for everyone. Bang.
Fan mail for everyone. So the way that this works is fan mail can be handed between players. It's usually for players in the current scene. You can give out 1 fan mail per scene. So each player can give out 1 fan mail per scene. Producer cannot assign fan mail. Fan mail is used to buy cards. Remember I said that cards are used to resolve the conflict, what's at stake within that particular scene. So I'm going to quickly switch over to Anywhere Board Games just to take a look, and I will present once Anywhere Board Games brings up, downloading the app, I'm going to present after I go back to Anywhere Board Games. All right. Okay, cool. It looks like we have got our cards, we've got our beautiful shields, as they're called, where all the characters are kept. I just love the awesome font that we have. And yeah, so right now, just a quick check. Kenzie, you have 2 fan mail. Dr. Saunders has 2 fan mail. Jane Doe, Dr. Nazarov, and Vishal do not have any fan mail, or are they hidden?
I don't think we do.
Vishal has 1.
Okay.
So how do we announce our fan mail giving? Do we do that after a scene wraps up? Do we put it in the chat? Do we not mention it at all?
That is a good question. So I'm going to quickly put it to the group. You know, we're recording this, but really we're just having fun. So it can be weird to interrupt a scene that's ongoing to announce that you're giving fan mail. So do you guys want to do it via chat? Do you want to do it after the scene? How would you like to do it?
I can't access the chat.
Boodle, remember, I'm sending messages through our super high tech.
Yeah.
You have messages already.
You're like texting her on the phone?
Yeah, you already have messages sent to you.
Right.
So,
I guess we can just do a quick paste in the chat. We can do like heart character name or something. So really quick and easy.
I'm not getting your messages.
Oh no!
In iMessage?
Yeah, Messenger.
Yeah, Messenger. No, in iMessage. Sorry.
It is super high tech.
To make it.
I can make it Messenger. That's fine. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, Andrea, while you're probably sitting there bored when we start with this first scene, is there any way you could create like I don't know if you can see my hand because I'm not looking at my own camera. Yeah. But create like an audience kitty, like a little circular or square type thing in the middle between all the shields, so that when I move them over, everybody knows, oh, that's stuff that can be doled out and shared between.
Yes.
I don't know if it's possible. Just asking.
Yeah, I just need to create another piece, so that's easy.
Okay. Cool. It's just again to reiterate, I have 30 budget, and my budget is used to buy me cards. Otherwise, I only get 1 card per conflict because I'm the producer. I play all of the conflict against I'm the world, effectively, like a regular traditional game master. What are you doing with my chips? And once I spend those chips to buy cards, they go into the kitty, as I call it. That's the audience pool, and those are the chips that can be handed out as fan mail. So if you don't go into a conflict, I don't spend for cards. If I don't spend for cards, there's no fan mail to hand out. That's how the cycle goes, or the economy, as it's sometimes called in certain games. Cool. Anybody have any questions before we jump into our first scene?
I was wondering about the fan mail. I think you explained it last time also. I'm probably a bit slow. how did that work again?
We can do all sorts of
when
stuff.
we have fan mail.
So fan mail has two primary purposes. If you have a fan mail, you can use it to buy your way into any scene. So you spin a fan mail and you're like, I want my character to show up. And then bam, you're in the scene. The benefit for that fan mail to buy yourself into a scene is that when you get into a conflict, you get a certain number of edges that you can use those edges while you're in the scene. If you're not in the scene and you want to have an influence on the outcome, then you can only use fan mail. The second purpose, you can use the fan mail in any conflict to buy a card, even if your character is not in the scene. So if you buy your way into a scene, you can use edges and contacts as well as fan mail points, if you wish, as well as your screen presence. If you're out of the scene, you can only use fan mail. And you can use fan mail anytime to buy for either side. So you can buy for the producer, you can buy for a particular character, and you spend that fan mail, and then we need to know what the result of the card that you bought is, because it could possibly come back to my budget. The weird thing about 6-player characters in a shorter session is the way that this economy works. I got 30 points to spend, and that's with 6 players instead of 7. So I'm not too worried about grabbing those budget back from you, but that's how the mechanics are set up for groups. Usually like 4 or 5 players play in a PTA game, but you guys are so awesome that I'll take all of you that I can get. We good? Oh, Boodle just disappeared? Or do we need to...
Boodle!
Possibly enough for
I'm here. I can hear you. Wait.
Okay.
Do
Do you want us to skip you
I
for
can
the
hear you.
seat?
So just continue.
Continue?
No. I was just missing. Yes. Can you see me now?
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
We can hear you. I just couldn't
Yep.
see it. Now I can see it.
Okay.
Okay, fantastic. So we're going to pick right up at the very first moment of the right after, like a cold open right after the credits, with the scene that we had into the last, or the pilot episode with Jane Doe opening her eyes for the first time, and she doesn't even know how long, but she's been in this hospital for quite a while, almost as long as the non-player character supporting cast, the eternal patient. Oh man, I had that noted. Terry
That's a name.
Brown.
Yeah, he or she.
Terry Brown, which I gave a nice non-gendered name right now. So we'll figure it out as we go.
Yes.
So Vishal, you're giving Jane Doe, who we don't even know her name, she's just been here before you even started. But were you an orderly here before you became a doctor, or did you just kind of... You recently arrived, right?
Well, Vishal?
Yeah, did Vishal...
Yes,
it was Caitlin came
doctor.
here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Caitlin, yeah, she was.
Cool.
Yeah, I've been working for a few years.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So Jane Doe just opened her eyes, and she's looking at you, and it looks like she registers you. What do you do?
Oh, hello. Do you remember your name?
Where am I?
You're in the hospital. You're okay.
Where are you? I'm gripping your hand with more force.
Just calm down. You're okay. You're in the hospital. You've been there for.
What hospital?
What's the name?
Where are my clothes?
Heart and Soul.
Yeah, you're in the Heart and Soul Hospital.
Who are you?
I'm Vishal. I'm a nurse. I'm taking care of you.
Where are my clothes?
I'm giving you a bath. Your clothes are on the side. I can fix you if you want. I just hand you one of those like hospital shirts to cover you up with.
I try to grab it and I just miss because nothing is working.
Also ring the, for a doctor. Just pull the.
What doctor? What doctor?
Well, the doctor's going to come and check on you and see if you're okay. Which you are, by the way, but you've been in a coma for a very long time. And It's
In a co-
a big surprise that you woke up. Can
in a
you
coma.
remember anything?
In a coma. What doctor? What doctor?
Saunders is coming.
Saunders.
No.
So I think I'm going to cut in real quick, and what we're going to do is we're going to have like a quick flash, and you think maybe it's some kind of memory of Jane Doe from her past. What is it that we see?
Well, that's the thing. I want to like remember one thing, but I'm not sure what it was. Well, let's see. Let's say, oh yeah, I was thinking of Spotlight, like a really brightly lit room. It's all in white, and I'm not sure. Maybe that's too much, but it's HBO. I would say Dr. Nazarov is maybe has like. Does he have something significant on his hand? Maybe like a watch, and you see like a hand with a scalpel, and it's Dr. Nazarov's watch or something that he always has on his wrist.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. For a moment there, I almost thought maybe your first flash should be her in that wheelchair being taken down the hallway.
Oh, like a future flash.
Yeah, or maybe a past flash.
That could also be. Yeah.
And
And that's also what happens, because they always like next time, and then it's just like a dumb flashback or something. It never happens.
Dumb flashback. We screwed with you with our flashback.
No, I'll go with the watch.
Okay, so wait, did we go with the spotlight and the watch, or did you go with the next time on thing?
No, that will still happen.
Okay, cool. So spotlight with the watch. You don't know what the watch is, but we'll definitely highlight it later. Cool. So you get that quick moment, and then Dr. Saunders. You don't have to buy your way into the scene. Nurse Walker comes to get you. She comes from the station. You're on rounds right now, and she says, "We're getting a message. You should come. You should come. There's more problems at long term. I tell you, Dr. Saunders. There's something going on at long term care. Come on.
Yes, I'm coming. Hold your horses. Just mechanically, do I give this back to you, or do we destroy it, or
Don't destroy the fan mail.
the token?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. What are we talking about? You had some fan mail.
The fan mail.
If you have fan mail last session, you keep it. It's yours.
Yes, but I have to pay it to get into the scene.
Nope, I brought you into the scene.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You're good.
Okay. Freebie. Good for
Yep, there's a freebie.
In fact, Dr. Vishal, Nurse Vishal did, of course. Anyway, I follow the nurse.
Cool. So Dr. Saunders comes into the room. You see sitting up slightly. I'm going to say we kind of advanced a little bit of time here, so Vishal, you kind of help Jane sit up a little bit. Jane, you now realize that you're in a room with a bunch of people still in comas. You kind of smell a mix of bleach and faded smells of urine, a lot of smells of metal, and they're beeping machines here, and a lot of people hooked up to the long-term care. You've got an IV in you, a catheter. You probably don't have any clothes.
Vishal is holding her hand to comfort her and say bye.
She's clinging to Vishal's hands kind of tightly until someone with an actual doctor coat comes in, and then she starts freaking the fuck out.
So that's what you get to see, Dr. Saunders. It's what you walk in on.
Well, only the moment Dr. Saunders walks in.
Don't worry, miss.
I try to get up. I try to get up to literally walk away, and I instantly fall over because I haven't used my legs in a very, very long time.
Don't worry.
The IV falls on top of me.
Vishal, please try to restrain.
And I'm screaming and getting away. Get away from me! Get away from me!
Vishal, please, if you would.
Get away from me! No doctors!
Oh, calm down. I'm
fine. I'm not sick.
I'm not wishing anyone hurt to you.
Tell them, Vishal. Tell them I'm not sick.
Obviously, you're not sick, miss. But you.
Get away from me!
Miss, we do need to check how you are. You have been asleep for a very, very long time. I hope you're aware of this.
I'm sort of crawling, backing myself into a corner now, and
Just
still
relax,
screaming.
I'm not leaving you. I'm not
Vishal,
gonna let them hurt you.
we might have to sedate her a little bit. She seems to be panicking.
I'm totally going berserk. Also, the Baxters, what do you call that? The IV is sort of like half tearing, I'm like, get away!
Vishal,
Get away!
Please,
Heart and
please
soul!
sedate the
Get
patient.
Okay, I'm just holding her gently and like, we're just gonna give you something to calm you down. And
Sweet. All right. So I think this is where we fulfill it, right? We fulfill the. So Vishal, you're kind of holding her down, trying to calm her a little bit. And Dr. Nazarov, you come in out of the blue with a huge syringe. So we get to pay off on one of our next time ons. And you jam it into her chest.
Doctor, step aside. This is obviously not a job for you. Keep control of your patients.
Well, she doesn't need adrenaline.
Nurse,
She's
hold her down.
awake.
Oh, yeah. So Nazarov, you're just a tool, man. We just use you to fulfill my little next time on.
We could have been Dr. Saunders, and they did one of those, next time on. And
that's true. But
directed
the reason that it was Dr. Nazarov is that right before you see that syringe, you look at it, right?
Yeah.
So Jane, you're looking right at it, and you see the watch.
Yes.
And then, bam, hits you right in the chest, and everything starts to get fuzzy around your eyes, and then you're falling back into that sleep again. The thing you just crawled out of, and that's, you're out. You're out of it. So
You just
cool.
hear it, just as you fade away, you can hear muffled. Just take care of that. Just handing you
So it's like stroking your forehead and,
Can I get fan mail?
There's no fan mail on the kitty, so I wanted to see. This is a great scene for fan mail, and there's none in the kitty because I haven't brought a conflict. So just to step back, I could have done a conflict between Dr. Saunders trying to calm down Jane Doe. That might have been a good place.
Oh, right. Only fan mail if there's a conflict.
Right. Well, only fan mail if there's fan mail out there, and you usually have to open with a conflict.
Yes.
So let's see. So now we've got Dr. Nazarov, we've got Dr. Saunders, Nurse Walker, and Nurse Vishal. So what's a good way we can have a conflict here? Because it's all about the spotlight character, right? Because you've got all the narrative power with your 3.
Except that I'm knocked out.
Now you're knocked out. Oh man. All right. So
I will point out that I have less screen presence than Dr. Nazarov and Nurse Vishal.
okay. Cool. So yeah, you have this is one of your lower.
Yes.
Yeah, you have a 1 in this one, as does Kenzie. So yeah. So let's see. I've got to have a conflict here, just so we can start getting the fan mail flowing. So what's a good conflict? Do we get things under control, or does this bubble up into an out-and-out unprofessional argument between the two doctors?
Do they have to involve their issues, or not necessarily?
The audience that doesn't have fan mail votes for an out-and-out argument. That's completely unprofessional.
I think that sounds good. So that's what I'm pushing for. Does it have to necessarily? So this is a plot scene. If it were a character scene, I would need to drive directly at someone's issues. But you can use the issue to kind of influence where you want to take the scene. But so right now, if you guys don't beat me in cards, then I want this to break out into a very unprofessional argument that could get you all written up by our henpecked middle management.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and utilize the conflict. I am going to go ahead and spend. Oh, look at that! I love the little audience thing. I'm going to go ahead and display, present, and bring in our wonderful conflict. I am spending for 5 cards, so I'm spending into the kitty.
So now the conflict is everyone against the
Yes,
producer.
everyone against the producer.
Okay.
And if you remember from the character sheets that we
That's 6.
created before, Well, scene resolution, that will help you. You want red cards, and you want high cards.
You gave us 6. Just saying.
No, thank you. Please deal me 6 cards.
And can the conflicts also be PvP conflicts, or do they always have to be?
Nope, it's always against me.
Okay.
But in that conflict, you're kind of competing to see who gets effectively like the narration rights of what they want. So first, before you start buying for cards, I want to know what is it you're trying to do in the scene. So we have 3 potential people who can vie for control of the conflict, and then Andrea and Jules, if the 2 of you want your character, if you have a female, it doesn't look like Jane does. Oh, no, neither of you do. Okay, sorry, so sit out. Okay. So we'll start with Dr. Nazarov. What do you want out of this scene right now?
The patient obviously should be taken into my care. Obviously, she is disturbed and needs to be restrained for her own safety.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Okay, so let's take a look at your character and see what you can use. You have a scene presence of 2, so you get 2 cards right off the bat.
Head of Psych.
I think that works. So that's your 3rd
I don't
card.
think anything else.
Yeah, I don't think so either. All right, so you're getting 3 cards. And while we're doing that, oh, where are you hiding those cards? I can't even see them. Ninja cards. Okay. Dr. Saunders, what do you want out of this scene?
Well, I would first like to have a medical examination of the poor patients, because waking up from a coma that you've been in for this long, obviously there's some bedridden wounds that you have to worry about. Of course, there's quite a system shock from waking up after such a long time. Obviously, before we go forward to a mental examination, of course, physical is a prerequisite for that.
All right, so Dr. Saunders just trying to keep things calm, do the right thing, maybe assuage his own confidence because he was lying earlier and he knows it. No, okay. So let's see. You have caring doctor. I think that totally fits. I don't think your 2 contacts fit here. Do you?
Nope.
Okay. So and your screen presence is 1. So you have 2 cards. Vishal. So Vishal, what do you want to happen from the scene right now?
Vishal feels that the patient has been mistreated, and he would like for her to wake up in calm surroundings and not be leapt on by doctors straight away. And he would like for her to be where she is, but all the doctors stay away for a bit, and him to just be there and when she wakes up.
Oh, nice.
And
okay.
also he's mulling over if Nazarov actually has done something wrong, that he should report.
Nice. Okay. So I think if we kind of cut to it, you want both the doctors to kind of butt out to get her to kind of a more caring environment, maybe even out of the coma room.
Yeah.
And I think that you got I know you have a screen presence of 2, so you start with 2. Head nurse sounds great here. And top of the class, you think that fits?
Yeah, and I got a token I can spend, right?
Yeah, if you want to spin for another card. So you're starting with 4. You're going to get 4. Do you want to buy another card?
Should I?
It's up to you. I've got 6 cards I'm flipping, and you're trying to beat me.
And the
yeah.
tokens go away anyway. No, wait. Your own tokens don't go away, right? You can save
Right.
them up.
You can save them.
Use it.
Use that.
Yes, I'm using it.
Technical demo. Save me, Vishal!
All right. So let's go ahead, and everybody can flip your own individual cards, and then we will see how this resolves.
You used the token, right?
Yes, but I need to know which card she got.
Okay, this is the token card then.
All right, cool.
Which cards?
Flip. All right, I got 1, 2, 3 red cards so far. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness, I have 5 red cards! Okay, so that goes away. We'll just remove that. So let me remove it. Remove, delete. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's not looking good. I see nobody has anywhere close to the 5, so this becomes an unprofessional dogfight. Oh, not happy. So, do you have more red cards than the producer? No. Is your highest card higher than the producer's? The highest card to me, we go in alphabetical order for the suit, is the Ace of Clubs. That was Dr. Nazarov. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. So we'll go. So we're going to go for each individual conflict. So Dr. Nazarov has a higher card than the producers, so we go with the no but. This was a plot scene. No but means you don't get what you want, Dr. Nazarov. So what you wanted was to pull her away into your own private menagerie of demented patients, or something like that. But you don't get that, but you keep it together. Okay, cool. Sorry, this is a little bit on the slow side. All right, so next we're going to go to Dr. Saunders. What question?
King of Clubs.
King of Clubs. Okay, so that is higher. So no, you don't have more red cards, but it's again no but. So
No
you don't
buts.
get what you want, which was to kind
Nobody
of
gets
take over. Yeah, nobody gets what they want, but you keep it together as well. So yay for you. You do not shit the bed. No issues come up. And then Boodle, same difference. You have a King of Hearts, so you guys all beat my highest card. That's fantastic. So you keep it together as well, which means that none of your issues come up, but this doesn't go your way, and I wanted an unprofessional fight. So I think, yeah, how does this scene kind of end up resolved with none of you getting along and Jane Doe passed out, and yeah. So let's I guess we'll kind of have to quickly talk it through. What did I just do? That's what I get when I click buttons too fast. Cool. Okay. So you guys want me to narrate, or do you have an idea?
I have an idea. I think we'll be arguing. But I think the reason why none of us gets her away is because the Dean of Medicine walks in.
Nice. Nice, like the house type guy, whoever the head, the Dean of Medicine. Awesome. Okay, we need to name the Dean of Medicine. It's going to be a lady. Let's see.
I'm not sure, because I don't think we have anyone else in the NPCs that outranks all of us, right?
That's
You
true.
don't. So you just
Oh
gonna
no,
be-
there's a
Very
director.
different.
There's a new
We
director
need
for
a-
the hospital.
All
Lydia
right.
Basalt.
Lydia Basalt walks in.
Lydia Basalt walks in. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you guys for using the document that I worked on earlier today to try to make sure I had all the names straight and screwed up again. Yay! Okay, so Lydia Basalt walks in and she looks. What happened to the IV? What is going on with this patient? Why is her chest bleeding? Nurse Walker, she points to you, Vishal. Doctors, come to my office and make sure that she's taken care of, and then we'll kind of bring the scene to an
Yes, but I would like to explain that we just.
This is really my jurisdiction.
in the
Doctor, before she, I fully agree with you that she needs a psychiatric examination. But
Thank you. So we are agreed.
Before we do that, she needs a physical examination. If she starts having a seizure because she's having a nice little talk with you, Doctor, then
Really, she's been monitored every day for the last God knows how long. She's fine. She's stable.
She's obviously freaked
Throw her
out
on
by
a journey.
There's nothing stable about her condition. Her condition has been stable for the last 10 years, but
She was fine when she was with me.
And we should be listening to a nurse because
Well, she needs to be woken up in a calm environment, and people can die of shock. I mean, she was obviously
so
yeah.
where do you get your psychological degree? Pray tell? You don't have one?
Dr. Nazarov, Dr. Saunders, if you're done, Nurse Vishal, if you could just take care of the patient, make sure that she's comfortable when she wakes up. Let's go to my office and finish this conversation, doctors.
of course, Mr. Salt.
I'll do my job properly.
All right, cool. And then we'll end the scene there. Whew. It was interesting. I think it's coming along, right? This is a different method of resolving scenes, and it's a little uncomfortable at first. It's kind of like the first time I played Apocalypse World. I was like, all I get to do is what's on this list. This sucks. And now I'm just like, all you have to say is like Pavlovian response.
Oh.
Yes, exactly.
Apocalypse World, I start drooling. It's really kind of good.
That's true.
I gave a fan mail to my fellow doctor.
Right, can we spend
Yes,
those
please
points
do.
now?
So
And
let's go.
otherwise they go away, right? After the scene.
No, they'll go away at the end of the game. So they're out there for you.
Oh, okay.
End of the session. Sorry, not the game. Okay, cool. So we had one assigned from one doctor to another. That's nice. Very professional, gentlemen. Good. Cool. I totally want to have the scene that we had in next week on. Even though Kenzie is a background character. Oh man, how do I pull in other people here? Because I want the lunchroom scene. I'm so excited about our lunch lady.
I'm scared now.
I also think like Kenzie should buy her way into scenes like all the time because it's so fun if the mortuary just shows up wherever. It's like, oh hey, I was just passing by.
Yeah, Kenzie's like never ever actually in the morgue where she's supposed to be.
Exactly.
What? Nobody
Like showing
dies.
up with like
They
a
keep coming
milkshake
back.
from the mushroom.
What is a TV show? Nobody really dies. They keep coming back. It's like comic books. Cool. Okay, so I'm just totally. How can I spruce up what is already awesome? So we cut to the lunchroom. I imagine it's a lunchroom. So Heart and Souls is a nicer hospitals. We've got a kind of nice, clean white tile. It's open to the sun. It's very bright, and it's completely opposite of the darkness of most of the hospital and the confined hallways here. So it's very open. And Kenzie, when the camera comes in on you and you were eating lunch in the lunchroom here, what do we see?
Kind of make it easier for you, Rich. She's probably waiting for one of the other PCs to come over. They probably have a lunch meeting. And while she's waiting, she's probably watching Vishal because he's so hot.
That's so cute. Cool. So Vishal's like in the lunchroom, and you're waiting for another PC, which means you probably aren't waiting for Jane Doe, who was just given a lot of morphine. I'm just going to go with morphine because it's amusing to me. And Vishal's in the lunchroom, so he may participate. So now we have either Dr. Nazarov or Dr. Saunders. Dr. Saunders, you just had a little discussion. So there's a possibility of a follow-up, but I don't imagine Kenzie would be looking forward to that. Who do you think is the other nurse, or the other doctor? Is it Nazarov or Saunders?
Oh, I totally want to hang out with Nazarov. Don't know why. I'm just such a big fan.
Would you be the one who comes and sit next to me? I can't imagine. I don't know.
Oh, yes.
I
Well,
think
there
I'm
might
sitting
be.
alone with a meticulously laid out lunch.
Oh, adorable.
I probably set out a little napkin on my lap, knife, fork to either side,
Awesome. So
Tupperware.
then I have a small request. We begin with Kenzie joining Dr. Nazarov, and I love that idea of him just that, like the camera's showing the table, and he's doing this process of laying everything out just absolutely meticulously, and then it kind of fades back to show us Dr. Nazarov and Kenzie coming up. The only request I have is that at some point Kenzie ends up at her own table so that I can throw down the follow-up bit with Nosy Lunch Lady, but that we won't kick off the scene that way then. So that's even better. I like it. So Nazarov.
It could be at their table though. You just never saw Dr. Saunders in the preview.
Oh, that's good. Oh, you're so good with this camera angle stuff, Jules. I love it. All right, so let's step back. Is this a character or is this a plot? Is it about somebody's issue? Let's see. We've got two issues on the table here. Anxiety about losing control. It definitely could be a follow-up from Dr. Nazarov earlier. Not doing so well against Basalt, or is it about Kenzie's issue, anxiety about them, and a couple
Well, we both seem to have stuff about them.
Yeah.
I think so too. Sweet. So that's what this scene's about. So this scene right here is not dealing with the spotlight character, but she's just woken up and maybe is throwing some events into order. And so, Kenzie, you come and join Dr. Nazarov at his table. Is this a frequent thing?
Probably yes, because she thinks it's really sad he eats by himself every day.
Yes.
And
It's a
Dr.
freak that she keeps interrupting his lunch.
I love that. Cool. And so there you go. Dr. Nazarov, you see that Kenzie's come up, and later Trey down to sit beside you yet again.
Hi, Doctor.
Don't you have a whole room full of people to talk to downstairs?
Yeah, but they're all dead and you talk back. I heard there was a little brouhaha this morning.
Oh, it's that idiot, Dr. Saunders, trying to butt in on my jurisdiction.
Oh.
Obviously, a disturbed patient should be sent to me.
Oh, well, I heard it was one of the coma patients. How did you know she was disturbed?
So I have degrees. I know my craft.
Oh. Well, that's too bad. Will she be sent to you eventually?
Of course, I will not let this hospital go to hell under other people's watch. I will step in and make sure correct procedure is done. Now, if you excuse me, I start to cut into my food and take a delicate bite I'm bringing to my mouth.
And Kenzie has an apple that she takes a bite of, and she's not even done chewing, and she's like, "Ooh, that looks good. What do you have?"
Before I even put it into my mouth, I kind of rest it back on the table. It's specially prepared with all the correct nutrients for the day. So, would you let me eat?
Oh, I'm not stopping you.
Fine. My enjoyment of my food, which does not look that particularly appetizing anyway, is severely something lacking with this impaired. Yes.
And then Kenzie does this. Like, if you're not talking back to her, she'll just carry on a whole conversation by herself. And, there's nothing, like, sarcastic about her or anything. She's not like, "Hi, how are you?" "I'm fine." She doesn't do that. But she's just like, "Oh, so I went to the mall last night, and they had the cutest boots. They only went up..."
Really relevant conversation for the hospital.
We're at lunch. You're at lunch. I'm at lunch. This is what people at lunch do.
Yes. Some people do. I'm just staring right at her.
Anyway, I bring up the boots because I really think you could use some better footwear. I mean, yours are nice.
They're quite adequate for the job. I look to her shoes. What do I see?
She is actually wearing, she's probably actually wearing flats. They're not too showy. They're just regular black flats.
And pray tell, what are these magnificent shoes that you wish me to wear?
Oh, well, they're at Brody's. They're actually on sale this week, which is even better. And they're buy one, get one. Not that you need 2 pairs of shoes like that, because, you know, you're only going to be wearing the one at a time. And how many opportunities are you going to get to wear really cute shoes?
I don't answer that. I'm still staring back at her. I know, I'm actually... no.
Cool. And that's the point when, whap, a large file is dropped right in the middle of the table. It actually knocks over one of your perfectly set items, Dr. Nazarov. I think the salt shaker. The salt just like a little river of salt there. And yeah, so there's our nosy lunch lady who's just decided to interject herself into your conversation. It is
Lucille, I think.
Lucille, thank you. Lucille, the canteen lady for those in Europe. And she says, bear attack?
Hi, Lucille.
Hi, Kenzie.
I think you'll find everything's in order with the bear attack.
Oh, well, yes, I saw the news, and you looked very handsome, Dr. Nazarov.
Quite.
How long do you think people will believe these lies?
I do not know what you are talking about.
Obviously you do. She looks down. Silver flakes? Isn't that what it says right here? Kenzie? That's your handwriting, right?
Dr. Saunders has a theory. You should really go talk to him. Something about chains and necklaces and wounds.
Well, you signed off on it. What are you guys doing? What are you hiding?
While I agree that Dr. Saunders is usually incompetent, even a monkey in a typewriter can type out Shakespeare once in a while, given enough time. We are agreed. Bear attack. Don't you have dishes to clean?
I do. But I think I clean up a lot better than you do, Doctor. Well, I'm sure the Times would love to hear about this. And she starts to pick up the files, and she brushes some of the salt, and it goes off onto your little napkin.
Grab a hand for a second.
Oh, yes.
And I'm sure administration would also be interested.
Technically, this is assault, Doctor. And I'm calling a conflict.
Oh gosh.
Sweet. So the conflict is about she's like openly defying you, and she's trying to inspire you, Kenzie. She wants you on her side because she's super nosy and busybody. She needs people. So here we go. 5 cards coming in the middle. Boy, oh, where went the audience kitty? It looks like a lot of fan mail was assigned during this session. Look at all the red. Okay, let me present real quick so everybody can see the travesty of all the cards I'm about to lay down on you. Give me 6 cards. And so, Dr. Nazarov, you have a screen presence of 2. What do you want out of the scene?
I want to basically cow her, get her to... She should be submitting to my authority and not making these silly threats.
Nice. All right, so what do we have here? You've got your screen presence of 2, your head of psychology. You did mention the administration, so if you want to utilize your connection,
Yes.
cool.
I didn't think of that, but yeah. I'll...
And the eternal patient, no.
No.
Terry Brown. All right, so that means that you have 3 cards unless you want to spend.
Oh, I'll have one more.
So you will not?
I'll take one more.
Okay.
One more card. Yep. Should I put that over here? So it's...
Cool. All right, so then let's skip to Kenzie. Kenzie, you unfortunately have a screen presence of 1.
That's okay. I have Lucille the lunch lady, right?
Yes, you do. You totally do. Hugh the custodian, don't think so. I think... what do you think about your former medical examiner? She definitely...
Well, given those are the notes that typically the medical examiner would have taken, that I think she somehow stole. Right? Because those are supposed to be like Kenzie's original notes, not...
Yes. I think that works for me.
Not what was actually turned in on the report.
That's right. How did you get those? I don't even know. All right. Awesome possum. So that means
And I'm
you've
also totally spending 1.
Okay, so that's 4 cards for you as well.
Yep.
Sweet. Anybody want to, who's not involved in the scene, Boodle and Jules and Jan, do you want to spend any fan mail to try to influence the outcome?
No, I'm good.
No, I'd like to see this play out.
Okay, so let's start flipping cards. Oh man, I got a high card. Three reds again. Oh, you guys are so scared. Okay. It looks like... Man. It's this thing where I keep rolling through 6 cards. God, I'm sorry, guys. I keep winning.
You keep drawing 6 cards, yes.
I burn through scenes. I'm just a train wreck of always winning what I want. I'm going to have to budget differently. Okay. Stop. You got a bully pulpit up in here. What? Wrong game manufacturer. All right, so we have the King of Diamonds comes before the King of Spades. So we'll start off with Kenzie. Kenzie, you do not have more red cards than the producer, but your highest card is higher than the producer, which is a no but. This was a character issue, so you give in to your impulse, but there's a silver lining. Interesting. So think that over. Your impulse is what?
My impulse is to be timid.
Okay. And then Dr. Nazarov, dun dun dun, you do not have more red cards, and you also don't have the high card, which is a no on the flow chart. So it's a no and on character.
Fit.
I'm sorry, what?
I sense a hissy fit coming along.
Hey, if we had to have a hissy fit, I would rather see Dr. Nazarov's hissy fit than just about anybody else's. So which means you don't get what you give in to your impulse, and there are consequences. Oh, goodness gracious. So she dropped that bomb on you, and she said this could be assault, and then you mentioned the administration, and Lucille just picks up her file, and she's about to leave. And then what happens?
I throw my food across the room and say, "Damn it, I will not be talked down to some overblown peasant." How dare you talk to me like that? I am the head of psych of this hospital, and I will not be talked down to. Not by you, not by anyone. You disgusting, filthy people.
That's the best. The best.
And I probably kick over my chair as I storm towards the door. Possibly.
The camera cuts over to Kenzie. What do they see?
So I think when if this is okay, I'm not quite sure with the system yet, but so I think when the food went flying and the words went flying and the chair went flying, Lucille maybe dropped part of the file, and it's the actual report. So Kenzie, like, I think the camera focuses on like Kenzie's foot and her stylish black flat, like just reaching out and pulling it under her chair, and then just sitting there very, very quietly.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I especially love that we start off with shoes, and shoes are what we kind of camera focuses in on as you're dragging over the report. Oh, that's a great little silver lining.
It's Chekhov's shoe.
That's true.
Chekhov shoe.
Nice.
So how do the purchased cards work, Rich?
The purchased cards. So the way that the purchased cards work is you know what? Let me look, because I think I remember, but I will screw up if I just go straight from memory. So give me just a second here.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to go through fan mail. Okay. Spending fan mail, access to a filming scene resolution. Additional cards bought with fan mail count as points. Okay. So if you got a red card from what you have bought, then it goes back to my budget.
Okay. And if not, the chips just go away forever?
Correct. Forever and ever.
And then there was also, while we're between scenes, there was a question about how much fan mail can be given out.
You may, each player, and the producer is not a player in the purpose of this question, each player may assign one fan mail per scene.
If you're in the scene or not, does that
Nope,
make a difference?
you don't have to be in the scene.
Can
You
it all
grab
be
it
for
from
the
the-
same person?
If one person is really rocking it and 4 players think that person was awesome, 4 players can give that one person fan mail.
Okay.
It always
Is that
comes from the
on
audience.
top of the token?
I'm sorry?
Is that on top of the tokens that we're giving out? Or
The
is
tokens
that-
aren't fan mail. They're the representation of
Oh.
fan mail. You don't
Okay.
assign from your own shield. You give from the white shield in the middle, which is the audience pool.
I got that.
Yeah.
Everything makes more sense suddenly.
Good.
I've already given my fan mail for the scene, which went straight to Dr. Nazarov again.
Man, Kenzie's got some lines though. Whoever the writers are for her character, they're brilliant.
Yeah, they are.
But I can't give fan mail for that, so I just say it out loud. All right. This is one neat thing about being a producer. Is like, it's not my fault you didn't get any fan mail. I'm trying to beat you guys senseless with 5 cards every flip, so 6 cards because I'm buying 5. That's awesome. Okay, I got through 2 spectacularly awesome scenes with you guys, and I am super excited. Everyone got to be involved in something too. Yay! Let's talk. Let's talk about the next scene. What do we want to do? Do we want to jump some time? Do we want to try to fulfill one of our next time ons? Anybody have a burning desire for a scene? We should definitely talk about Jane. I'm sorry.
It definitely needs to be Jane.
Where did Jade Doe end up now after the conflict?
So she did not end up where anyone wanted her, so it will be up to the producer through Lydia of Basalt. So I think that Jane Doe will wake up in her own room.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so should we revisit a scene with Vishal? That's interesting.
Her own
kind of
hospital
thing.
room, right?
Yeah, I think some sort of actual prolonged, calm conversation, or possibly calm, is called for.
Okay.
Well,
Cool.
remember, there's not
Ordering.
that much, like, Jane Doe doesn't remember anything, so there has to be a conversation with someone who knows something in order for some exposition to happen.
Right. True.
So this is
Maybe
the
there's a
Arthur Dent
file.
typing.
Maybe there's a folder with what limited information there is.
This is true.
All right. Okay. So we've got our people. We gotta figure out, do we going to make this plot or character? It sounds like it's character again, right?
Character.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, cool. So let's take a look at our issues real quick, and then that'll help us frame the scene with a little bit more directness. So we've got the two issues. Jane Doe wants to uncover the truth. Makes perfect sense with her current situation. And we've got Vishal, who's got self-criticism. Right? He's a perfectionist, so he's really, maybe this is something along the lines of trying to make up for the weird scene that it was when she woke up. Let's see. I think we need a little something more to get the scene spinning, because I don't want it to be exactly the same scene as earlier with less screaming.
Finding out what she wants, maybe, as a patient, and maybe the looming danger of headbutting doctors coming to take her away and...
Yeah. I mean, if she were to come out of her drugged state with another vision of something scary, that probably would not be a good idea, huh? She'd freak out again. You think Jane Doe would freak out again?
Maybe not if Vishal was there.
Okay, cool. So
Or there could just be a looming psych appointment.
Ooh. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just because he didn't get her doesn't mean, she doesn't have to visit the psych department.
So you know about that, Vishal. I love this. So Vishal,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how we represent this in a TV show, like for the audience to know, but you and we know that there's a scheduled appointment for her to see Dr. Nazarov. And so really one of the questions on your mind is, do you share that with her, and how do you share that with her? You've been sitting here to prepare her for that. There we go. How's that feel? Good?
Yeah.
And also, I don't have the best relationship with the Nazarov, so it doesn't feel,
Sweet. Oh,
Very
it's
good.
good. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I feel a lot better. I think that's going to set it off. Okay. So, I think I want to do another flash with Jane Doe before she wakes up. She sees something else from her past. What is it that she sees, or do you want to hand it off to me? Like, do you know what Jane Doe's deal is, or is that a thing you've put in
Nope.
mind?
No
Okay.
clue.
No clue. Awesome.
Although we know that her edge is supernatural.
I
not correct yet.
think she gets. Tell me if this is dumb,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe she sees like a demon bear. Is that too silly?
Well, it's not. It's at least it's not a demon llama.
It's good to tie stuff. It's good to build inward. But
Like
maybe
a demon bear with like foot-long silver claws. Say everyone's right.
I don't know. Andrea was going for something with that. Maybe Andrea should tell him. Say what he sees.
Andrea, what do you think?
Rich totally knows where I was going with that because he read my blog.
It's part of her background. Oh, man,
Okay.
I gotta go read it again. I've played like 10 games
Oh, no.
since then. It's been 3 weeks. It's been a month. No, it's been 2 weeks.
Everyone, visit Andrea's blog. It's really good. There's tons of games on it.
ivorythorns.tumblr.com.
Yeah, just link it in the
She
episode.
plays so many games. It's not even on the main page now. It's on like you have to go
That's
through old
insane.
stuff.
Link it in the show notes.
I don't know how she manages to game, sleep, and keep the blog.
Well,
Okay.
don't tell my boss, but I do all my blogging at work.
You just did.
You have to go through the read more section to find out about her secret background. As she talks about how this game is like she likes hill folk more, which makes.
I'm sorry. It was a really rough pitch. Okay, that's.
It was a rough, and it was on me. I take ownership for that.
Oh wow, there was a really cute GIF on there.
I tagged you in that. How did you not see that?
I did not see that yet. I have been busy. Wow.
All right, so we're taking a quick break. Does anybody need to take a bio break? We've been on for a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'll take a bio break because I have already read my blog.
Also, now he totally broke immersion with all these blogging. So.
I know. Darn it, guys.
Let's take a quick break.
All right, cool. 5-minute break.
Yes, boss.
I've posted this on Google Plus, but if you don't follow me on Google Plus, that's perfectly okay. There is an artist by the name of Tim Henson. It's 2 M's, Timmhenson, and he does commissions digital art for character picks. Now, this guy is amazing, and in the middle of one of our scenes, he just popped me a quick message where I had previously commissioned him for a picture of a crew in a Star Wars game that I've been playing with my good buddy Paul since September of last year. It's 2014. And at the time that I commissioned it, there was an NPC that hadn't joined the crew, but she's since joined it. So I said, I can't not have a picture of Amarath. So I commissioned him to draw a picture of that character that I've been, because I just wanted that, solo. And I've been playing around and like splicing that character into the little picture. And he just popped me a picture and said, it's still draft, but because he had each of the individuals and he layered them in, he stuck her in the crew picture. It was freaking awesome. So exciting. It's the greatest. I love his art. It makes my game so fun. So you should totally follow Tim Henson if you want little injections of amazing art in your Google Plus stream. And if you want to commission somebody to draw your coolest character, he's great. So ends the commercial break. By the way, where I played commercials during our pitch, during our break, YouTube flagged me for playing YouTube commercials. I got flagged as using licensed material. So in certain countries, you can't even see our pitch.
Wow.
And because it's 3.5 hours long, I can't edit it in the YouTube video editor. You can only do that for 2 hours or less.
Oh no.
Which means I have to pull the video down and go into one of the 2 programs that I've downloaded but have no idea how to use.
I guess we're an R-rated show after all.
We are. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Circular guys, they put up content that somebody's robot flags, so everything that's got that is marked and then booted. It's a process, and you have to go through another process to get it back out. But that's the way they can keep their safe harbor condition. So be it. I get my money's worth for YouTube, which is my privacy. That's what I pay for it.
Such Tumblr. I'm so behind, you guys.
Your Tumblr is so good.
I need to tumble all the Tumblrs.
All right, so for those who aren't live watching this and have already gone to ivorythorns.tumblr.com and page back to the Primetime Adventures pitch and skip past all the parts where she broke my heart, you can see here that she said that the dead body, which we talked about in the previously on, that Kenzie patiently pointed out that what killed him wasn't a bear. It was this deep wound that was extremely precisely delivered by a silver weapon of some sort, so long it went right through the man from front to back. Yeah.
Probably not a bear.
Probably not a bear.
So not alien nanotech injection. My brain went straight to.
As it does.
Fine.
It always goes there.
Okay.
You just any excuse to go to alien nanotech injection. That's where you had it, right? Sweet. All right. Let's. Is Jan okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
He's coming up the stairs. Ominously looking behind me.
Dun dun dun, stomping up the stairs. Blah blah blah. Okay.
Big man.
We have scene ideas. Needs to be Jane Doe related. We were talking about.
Thought we decided on a scene?
Yeah, I think so.
We
I
had.
think
Sorry.
we were looking to color it when we got distracted by somebody's
I
blog.
thought we got the colour, which was the looming psych appointment.
Yes.
And the werebear vision.
And the werebear vision.
Should it be like Vishal is actually preparing her to take her to Nazarov? Because if it's just like chatting and stuff.
Yeah,
so might
that's
be a bit
good. And there's some steak.
boring.
That's
well,
so
maybe
good.
the whole point is he has to. He's preparing. He's been sent to prepare her for it, but also has to kind of mentally prepare her for it and actually tell her she doesn't know she's got an appointment yet.
That is so good. Oh, Boodle, that's fantastic. That
It was
is
like,
so
yeah, I'm informing you of this. Now let's go.
cool. I
By
love
the
that.
way.
That's great. That's what we needed in pitch, was just like things to get the scene, to give the scene a push. So we knew it's about the issues, but what's going on. So that's really good. Keep that in mind, guys. We're going to make PTA amazing, and the next blog that we read will be a lot more effusive. All right. That's really I'm after fan mail from Andrew.
Sorry.
No, I want your honest opinion. And if we don't hit it, then it doesn't happen. That's okay. I'm okay, but I'm going down fighting. All right, so here we are. Vishal, yeah, that's your thing. You've got to get a calm Jane Doe to Dr. Nazarov's office. There's no rush. You're here early enough to where you don't have to just toss her in the wheelchair and go. But that's what, the underlying tension. And you saw something in your vision, Jane Doe. You saw, I'm going to go with some kind of giant furred monster. And someone hacking into it with a huge silver blade. And then you wake up, and that's boom. Boom.
And Vishal's there, I guess.
Oh, is Vishal standing there as I wake up with the big
yes,
shock?
sorry. That was not at all. Yes, so you wake up, and your eyes open up, and you see Vishal is there. He's got a wheelchair, and Jane Doe just woke up.
Where? What? Oh, it's the room.
Hi. How are you feeling?
I saw there was a bear and something silver. I have the worst nightmares.
Wow, that sounds horrible.
What are you giving me?
It's just something to calm you down, make you feel a bit better.
It's not calming me down, and it's not making me feel better. Your name was Vishal, right?
Vishal, yeah.
You were there
Yes.
when the doctors came.
Yes, I'm sorry about how they treated you. That shouldn't have happened.
I don't know why. Whenever I see doctors, I guess I really don't like them.
Oh, I understand. A lot of people are afraid of doctors.
Yeah,
but they're here to make you better and help you. So you don't have to be afraid.
I guess it doesn't feel like just general fear of going to the doctor. No, I don't know.
You have been here for many years. Do you remember anything from before?
How many years?
Was it 10
How
years?
many years?
10? In your files it says 10 years, actually. That's a long time for a coma patient.
She sort of looks around the room for a mirror, and I assume there's one maybe like over a little sink or something, but she can't see it from there, so she's trying to get up.
Nice.
I'll help you. Just wait a second, and he just holds her hands and. Yeah.
She has to lean on Vishal quite heavily, maybe put an arm around his shoulder to actually go there. And she just stares at the mirror and like touches it. I don't even recognize my face.
Well, it's very common. I'm sure you'll start remembering things eventually. It might take some time. It's best to just be calm and don't stress about it, and it'll come to you.
But
you have an appointment for the doctor today to talk about things, but I'm gonna come with you, so you don't have to be nervous.
Which doctor?
We'll go whenever you feel ready.
What doctor? Was he there? Was that the doctor with the... Who?
Oh, it's Dr. Nazarov. He's the one who's been assigned to your case.
Is that the one who was in the room? Did he with the silver watch? Was he wearing a silver watch?
I think so. I haven't really thought of what kind of watch he's wearing, but
I can't go there. I can't go there.
well,
I think I remember him, Vishal, but I don't. But I can't go there. I need to know what happened.
you mean from earlier? Well, he's been working here for a long time, so I'm sure he's I don't know if he's been in this room though. I mean,
And can you help me? Can you get me my file?
well, I guess so. I guess you're entitled to look at your files and see. Maybe that'll help you remember. But I was told to bring you to Nazarov in an hour, so.
I can't explain it, but I just have a really, really bad feeling about this.
Well, maybe you have a fear of doctors, and I mean.
Do you know them? Do you think he's a good doctor?
Well, he's very good at his profession.
Does he
He's
not
the best
give...
one. He'll find out what's, if he's the one to go to if you want to remember things.
I'm not sure I want to remember things. Well, not with him. Oh, God. I can trust you, though, right, Vishal?
Yeah, of course. I won't leave you.
Do you promise?
Time. Yes, that's my job, and I want to help you. So.
Okay. And when I get back from the doctor, you can get me my file?
Yeah, I'll talk to Saunders about that.
So many doctors.
Well, they're going to help you to be, to get better and to remember who you are and maybe find out where you lived and your family and everything.
My family. I need to lie down. Can you take me back?
Yeah, sure. He helps her back into bed. Well, you just relax. We got about 50 minutes, so we have to be there. So, do you want anything to drink?
Yes, I would like some water, please.
He goes and fetches water.
Does he leave the room to fetch water?
I think he it's like a further end of the room and goes and
Okay.
there. So
And we can check out his ass.
Yes, that's exactly why that line was written.
Wait. I'm trying to think if there's anything sneaky I can do while you're not looking, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Do we cut ahead? Do we skip ahead a little bit? Get closer to being wheeled down?
I guess so, yeah.
Or Jane is Jane Doe actually trusting Vishal to take her to Dr. Nazarov?
Not really, not at this point.
Okay. So what's she going to do about it?
Well, no, she trusts that Vishal will take her to Dr. Nazarov. She doesn't trust that it's a good thing or that Vishal is a good guy.
Okay.
At this point.
Is she going to fight it? I guess I'm trying to figure out, is there Is there a conflict here where she's going to try to get away from Vishal? Because I don't think she can talk him out of it. It doesn't seem like.
Oh, ideally, I think she would like to. I'm not sure how she's going to do that.
Yeah, no.
Be prepared somehow, but there's not really. She has very low agency. I
know.
No, there's not much that she can do at the moment.
Oh man! So do we skip ahead to fulfill the promise of
The promise?
on
Yeah.
and her being wheeled down the long hallway towards the bright light? I think that's where we're at. Oh, so cool. Well, then this was kind of a vignette, and it didn't necessarily have a conflict in it, but there's definitely a conflict going on. So we could have gone to a conflict about does Jane Doe trust Vishal, and we could have done that. It felt like we kind of freeform passed
Well,
it.
yeah, the conflict that I would like, but that I can't really get on my head, is that she would grab something, so she has something on her before they got to the shrink room, like
Ooh.
a screwdriver or a razor blade or something cool that's there.
Let's do it. Okay.
That Vishal would not want me to have because it's not responsible.
Let's
The
do
But I
that.
can't
syringe
think
within
of
the
an
bin.
item.
Thank
That's-
you, Andrea.
yeah.
Read my mind. You read my mind, Andrea.
Oh, scalpel.
Exactly. So then when she goes like, "Can you get me some water?" She'll actually
Yes.
try to swipe that, and so she doesn't have to be an
So
arm.
we jump to the writer's room, and they're like, no, wait, spin it back. So, whoop. So the camera does not, we didn't jump ahead. So the conflict is, do you get discovered grabbing this scalpel and trying to hide it? That is the conflict. Yeah, is that character related or plot related?
Well, that's character related, I
All right,
guess.
cool.
At least my weak-willedness is my weakness, so that seems sort of whether she has the strength to actually get out of this horrible situation or not.
Oh man, I'm gonna spend just. I'm gonna spend. I've got so many chips, guys. I gotta be doing something wrong, because I could just beat you guys all day long. Alright, I'm gonna get 4 cards.
Okay. So how do I get more cards?
Alright, so we start off here. We have got you start off with 3 cards.
Because I'm
Right
the
off
main
the bat.
character. Yeah.
It's your spotlight scene.
Yeah.
So you have 3 cards already, and then let's look. You have the Edge of the Supernatural.
Okay.
You got Nurse Walker, so if you wanted to somehow say that she's going to help you out,
Mm-hmm. No, that doesn't make a lot of sense. But I want to use my edge. That makes more sense.
Writer's room interruption.
Yes.
When she reached for the scalpel, could it just move just slightly before she touched it?
Exactly.
Ooh.
That's what I was thinking too.
Supernatural?
Yes.
Wow. The king of the hissy fit speaks up with wisdom. Good job. I just like saying hissy fit. It's a very funny word.
And it's really cool. So that's 4 cards, and then I can spend fan mail to get another card,
May.
right?
Yes.
And you have 4 cards too.
I do.
You can't get more than that. Okay, I'll take a 5th card.
Oh, yeah.
Where does my fan mail go?
Oh my goodness, you guys are doing a card dance. All right.
I'm just pitching my hand. Where do I deposit my fan mail now?
Right now, I just put it on top of the card that Andrea has revealed. There you go. That way we know if it comes up red, then I get that back to bludgeon other people with. All right, let's flip. And that's a black card, pretty crappy. Let's flip. And a red card. Oh, you're going down. You're going down. Flip. 2 red cards and one's a queen. You're hosed. Flip.
I don't know.
Oh my
That's how I
goodness.
flip. I can flip things. Oh, this is interesting. And a flippity card.
Oh my goodness. That's a really horrible, awful, bad for you. Bummer. Okay, here we go. Scene resolution. This was a character scene. Did you have more red cards than the producer? No. Your highest card higher than the producer's? No. Which is a no and.
Oh, excellent.
You give in to your impulse, and there are consequences. Oh my goodness. Your impulse is?
Weak-willed.
Oh man, that's awesome. Okay, so how do you see this resolved? Like you're thinking about getting the scalpel, but
No, I think she actually gets caught. Like, she asks
She's
Vishal to get some water.
caught.
Vishal turns his back. She reaches out to the trash can with the syringe. The syringe actually does the little movie bit, so the viewers at home can see it. And right before she grasps it, Vishal turns around and he sees one of her patients like grasping for a syringe in the
Oh, that's
in the
super
trash can.
naughty. Oh, what are you gonna do? What do you do, Vishal? You have complete
looking at
control
him like,
here.
oh, crap.
What does Vishal do? This is a big no-no. You can't let that happen, right?
No, I think he just walks up to her and takes it or moves it away and just don't make a big fuss out of it.
Oh, that's
It doesn't
even
say much,
worse.
just- and just like hides everything that looks a bit like she could hurt herself with it or someone else with it.
All right, there goes the swizzle
And
stick. Sorry.
Let's
that's
go.
just- I don't, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm just panicking. You don't need to take the cup. I can drink from a cup. It's fine.
Yeah, that's okay. Just relax in the chair and wheelchair, and I'll just take you to the doctor.
Okay.
All right, then we cut to the scene. That's awesome. Good job, good job. We cut to the scene of Vishal wheeling her along the long
Dejectedly.
corridor towards Dr. Nazarov's brightly lit office, and then you're pushed into the light. So now we're going to I have a couple things in mind. I have one scene that could be Nazarov before the patient arrives, talking to I mean, he could be talking to the administrator. He could be talking to the middle manager about Jane Doe. Like maybe reveal a little bit about Jane Doe and what Dr. Nazarov's been involved with. That's a scene that I see could work here.
Oh, no, show, not tell.
That's true. What other scenes could we possibly have? We definitely have the Dr. Saunders with daughter scene. It's like hanging of like a sword of Damocles over her head.
There definitely needs to be a big cut in story here.
All right, cool. So we'll cut to man. It's like I don't want to cut right to the sad moment, but how much do we want to lead up to this horrible? Oh my goodness. So we cut to a scene with Dr. Saunders, and he is in plain clothes, like he's not wearing his lab coat. It is sunny outside. It is suburbia. And he is coming to extended day to pick up his daughter because he has to cut out of work now because there's nobody else to pick her up from extended day. And yeah, we'll pick up with that. So, how old is Nathan Saunders' daughter?
Did I put an age to her? Emma? No, I didn't. Let's say like 9.
Okay. All right. So when you pull up, what kind of station wagon? Is that what you said that he drives? I can't remember what car.
Yes.
He's so responsible. Dr. Saunders pulls up in his little station wagon there, and one of the teachers is standing outside with your daughter. What's your daughter's name?
Emma.
Emma. That's a great name. She's standing outside with Emma, and Emma's got a little backpack, and she's, of course, slightly happy to see you, but she's 9, so she's not going to get super exuberated. Those days are long gone. Dr. Saunders, sorry. Give up on that. Remember, it is like a fond memory of when they super look forward to you coming. All right. I'm not speaking from personal experience at all. And does she ride in the back, I assume? Yeah. She's outgrown the car seat, right? She's big enough for that. It's a big deal. Yeah. That means she weighs more than 86 pounds. All right. So she hops in the back, and do you have your passenger side window down or up? Like, I'm trying to figure out how closed off is he when he pulls up to pick up his dog.
Down.
Down? Okay, cool. So she leans in. This is it's the extended day, one of the extended day teachers. Uh, almost named her a name that sounds a lot like yours, so we'll go with something else. This is Miss Chatsworth, and she leans in and she says, Dr. Saunders,
Good afternoon, Miss Chatsworth.
good afternoon. Your daughter was drawing some pictures, some family pictures. We talked to her about it. You might want to chat with her when you get home.
Oh, wow. Did you bring your drawing, sweetheart?
Yeah. It's in my backpack.
I'm sure it's lovely. We'll have a look at it when we get home.
Okay. Well, have a great day. Goodbye, Emma. Bye. Pull away. What kind of music? Like, is he an NPR guy? Does he have like XM? Does he listen to kids' music?
NPR, yeah.
NPR, nice. Cool. So we're gonna say Marketplace is on right now. So it's business news. Just running the numbers. And Emma's in the back. What does she do? Does she listen to music? Does she stare out the window? Is she chatty? How is she normally?
She used to be very chatty, but ever since her mom passed away, she's been a bit more quiet.
Nice. Cool. Okay, so she's sitting in the back. Just.
How was your day, honey?
It was good.
Just good? Did you do anything?
No.
Nothing at all? Really? Well, you obviously drew. Had some drawing classes.
They made me.
Well, you have a lot of talent for it, so, it's good that they make you draw a bit, right? Don't you like drawing, sweethearts?
It's okay. Music drones on, and it kind of will go to a wide shot for a bit of that discomfort. When do you think Dr. Saunders would try to pick it back up? Would he wait till they get all the way home? Is he taking her out to like a snack? Like where's?
Yeah, he's a bit like, hey, how about some ice cream? And
okay.
Like pull into what do they call it? Dairy something. Dairy Queen. Yes.
DQ. Cool. All right. So yeah, you guys go around and you hear the mushmouth speaker box of the person asking for what blizzards you want. And there's a list of like 68 blizzards that are upside down right good.
And
lots of bright reds. And
of course,
cartoon
Dr.
characters.
Saunders just gets vanilla.
Nice. Just vanilla. Oh, Dr. Saunders. She's fun food, not fast food. That's great. Yeah, she'll probably get like, oh, Andrew, help me out here. What blizzard does Emma, the grieving Emma, get?
Well, obviously she's going to get. Oh, maybe not obviously for you. Mint chocolate chip.
She's gonna get mint chocolate chip. Now, Dr. Saunders, that's not her favorite. Her favorite is the Heath. It was your wife's that preferred mint chocolate chip, and that's what she gets.
No.
You like that, Adrian? You didn't see that, did you? Didn't see that coming. Yeah.
I'm gonna go cry now.
That should be an achievement I've unlocked. Blizzard sadness, people. Okay.
I'll pull up in the parking lots.
Cool.
And
she's got that kind of squarish spoon. It's like super long red spoon. You're supposedly able to use like a straw, but who the hell does that? And I'm just kind of picking out of the top of the blizzard.
How's your ice cream, sweetheart?
It's good. How's yours?
Really? Mine is fine, sweetheart. But I thought you always said that you thought that the mint chocolate tasted like toothpaste.
I I like toothpaste. It's okay. It's better now.
It's okay if you like if you want to like the ice cream because mommy likes it, but just because mommy used to like it doesn't mean that you have to. It's
Well,
okay. You can have your own taste.
somebody's got to eat it.
Let, tell you what, we can eat it together, but you know, yeah, you shouldn't worry. You know what? Let's have a look at the drawing you made.
Okay. She puts the little blizzard in her little cup holder there, and she unzips her. Oh, let's see. Jules, what's her backpack like? What are the designs on her backpack?
It's like this nice little perky pink backpack.
Nice.
Lots of little pockets, yes.
Any characters on it, or is it just perky and pink?
Maybe like no. How old is she?
9.
Oh, yeah, Hello Kitty backpack.
Nice. Okay, so she's got a Hello Kitty backpack, and she pulls out. You see, there's like a Batsmaru pencil case in there, and she goes in and pulls out her little folder, which is not Trapper Keeper because that's not cool anymore, but totally it used to be awesome. And she hands you the folder. It's like a oh man, let's see what's something. We go with a little kitty again, or is it something totally? Oh, it's like a Gem and the Holograms, the new comic book cover. Gem and the Holograms folder, it's like their paper folder. And she hands that up to you, and so then the camera's kind of looking over your shoulder, and you open it up in the art, and there's a picture of your house, and then you're standing in front of it, and then she's standing off to the side, and in between the two of you is like a stick figure on well, not exactly stick, a little bit more than a stick. It's got super long arms and long and shortish legs. You're pretty sure it's your wife, but she's on her side. There's a lot of red crayon around her head, and like X's over her eyes. There's like 4 of those pictures. They're all pretty similar. One's in the playground, but the same.
There's like this awkward stutter of that. Those are nice pictures, sweethearts. Is that mommy?
Uh-huh.
Is that how you remember mommy?
Yeah.
Like, sweethearts. I mean, I miss mommy too. But shouldn't you? I like to remember your mother, as I like to remember her smile. And, the way she always played with you.
I want to. I do, but every time I think of mommy, it's what I see. Is she coming back?
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but your mommy's not coming back. But she's still with us. She's still looking over us.
She is?
Of course. Your mommy is watching us both from heaven.
Good. I was wondering what was outside my room.
Then there's what was that, sweetheart?
Was mommy watching me, right? from heaven.
Yes, of course. Yes. Let's get back home, shall we? And we'll eat the chocolate ice cream together.
Okay. So I think, baby, this is it's a little bit of a conflict here.
Yes.
Sweet, Dr. Saunders. Even though you only got a screen presence of 1, you're gonna get hosed. I love it. So let's see. So this is definitely a character thing, and we're gonna. I'm trying to come straight at your grief with your lost wife, right? So
Yes,
what's the
I can
question?
tell.
The question is, do you? So it's about your character. And you're dealing with grief. Okay, yeah. Do you lose your shit? Like, can you keep it together in front of your daughter? Yeah. Or on your way home, do you
Okay.
just flip? And I'm looking forward to anger. Yes, your impulse is anger. Oh, this is going to be so gruesome. I am dropping 4 cards. You're going down, buddy. You guys are all nicey nice with giving out your fan mail for your awesome role playing. So let's see if you're willing to spend those fan mail. I've got 5 cards coming to me. Thank you very much. 5 cards. Suck it.
Okay. Well, she's my connection, Emma,
Yeah, totally.
and we're in my station wagon.
Oh, that'll allow you to refresh. So that's not actually that's your
Okay.
personal set. So if you'd used edges before, then you could refresh them. Linda probably doesn't work, but Caring Doctor, I don't know. What do you think? You think that fits?
Yeah, I think caring daughter, caring person, really.
Okay. Boodle can give Jan fan mail if he wants to spend it for a card. There's a question in chat. Or maybe it was through iMessage and then transitioned through chat.
I am just going to go out and spend 3 fan mail. Wait, I'll put them down here. Oh.
Oh man, you might pull it off. I'm like, Rich is pulling for you. The producer wants you to fail miserably for drama. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness, this is so great. You're going down. Oh my goodness, that's 2 reds.
Man.
3 reds. Oh man, this is
3
insane.
reds. 4 reds.
You did it! That's great. And this is beautiful. Oh, this is so good. Someone actually won something. I'm so proud of you.
And ace high.
Ace high, yes. So ace of clubs definitely wins. So, do you have more red cards than the producer? Yes. Is your highest card higher than the producer's? Yes. You have gotten a yes and in character. Yes and is you resist your impulse and everything goes your way with your daughter who's grieving your dead wife.
And sharing chocolate chips
Sharing
with
chocolate.
ice
Okay.
cream with me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so how do you see this going for Dr. Saunders here? He's driving her home, and they're going to share the mint chocolate chip blizzard together. Anything else to color that, or?
I'm just going to tell her, like, your mother loved you very much, and she cares for you, and of course she's looking out for you, and yes, if you feel her eyes upon you, that just means that she loves you even more. And yes, I'm totally trying to explain away the
I love it.
I
He just
am-
ignores it. Ignore.
I am,
blinders.
of course, an apologist.
Oh, that's what happens when you win scenes. Oh man, that's beautiful. That's great. That will end the scene. Whew. Woo. Oh, that was tough. Okay. Good scene. All right. Yeah,
Wait, just to be clear, do the chips that we use for getting cards, do those go back to you, or?
Good question. So if you buy a card,
Yes.
we need to keep an eye on that card because it comes up red.
Yes.
Then I get it back to my my budget.
And they all came up red. Oh man.
So I got all those back. This goes into the 4 that I spent to buy those cards go into the audience pool. So
Alright,
feel free.
I get it now.
Wait, why are there 5 here? Did I drag out 5? Did I buy 5? I only bought 4.
You bought 5.
I bought 5. Okay. You're right. I did buy 5. I'm a doof. I forget numbers and rules and what I'm doing. Okay. It was great. Good scene. Way to go, Jan. You hung in there. I about broke. I did break at one point. You kept going, so thank you. Oh my goodness. Somebody, just so you know, if you're not able to read the chat, unfortunately, I really wish you could. But Andrea said that maybe the wife's a zombie, and Jules says, or maybe he keeps her eyes in a jar, and that's how her mom's watching.
Thanks, Jules.
Good, you guys are great. This is the best side. It's like the Twitter hashtag commentary of the show. All right, so next scene. So the thought I had was the Nazarov meeting about Jane Doe having woken up, and maybe do a little bit of a reveal of some of her past through that, because this is the spotlight issue, so we really need to bring it back to that. So we had our B plot that just happened. We want to bring it back to the Jane Doe, unless somebody else has a better idea, which I'm totally open to. I was thinking about picking that up. Any other scenes people want? I take silence as a no. Who's in the scene with Dr. Nazarov?
But this is what the scene was discussing Jane Doe, and
Right.
Well, I don't know.
So shouldn't it be, if it's not Jane Doe, shouldn't it maybe be the 2 doctors strategizing?
It could be. I guess just me, my whole time thing. If I've got Saunders having picked up his daughter, and in TV world, that means that it's out of doctor work time.
I am not in the hospital at the moment.
Plus, he's also a 1 on Spotlight, so I'd really rather bring in someone who has a 2, which is Vishal, right? Which doesn't make a lot of sense because he's in the process of wheeling her there. Well, it means
Kenzie can always be Kenzie.
How about sorry to interrupt. How about that Vishal is wanting to bring up his reservations and the stress of being interviewed by Dr. Nazarov. To Dr. Nazarov. He's first going to be professional and bring it up directly to the doctor.
That's true.
Rather than going over his head, maybe.
Cool. So
outside.
I like that scene. So let me just state what I was thinking the scene that I originally pitched could be about, and then if we think that the confrontation between Vishal and Dr. Nazarov is better, then we'll go with that. I'm always thinking that 2-player characters in a scene is better than just 1. So I'm leaning already towards your idea, but my thought was that it could be a way for us to kind of narratively reveal something we're trying to suppress about what Jane Doe might remember. But that's super vague. I'm just trying to push really hard towards Jane Doe and her memories. Is that what we want to discover, Jules, for Jane Doe in this? Because you want to know the truth, right? Am I pushing the right place?
Well, yeah. Well, this is just setting up of the entire season, though. So, this is more the idea that Jane Doe had a first episode, so other people the audience could see what really weird shit is going on in the hospital.
Okay, cool. So you're okay with us not necessarily revealing a whole lot about her history. She's just the person that's putting things in motion by just being
Yeah,
awake.
yeah. The history would come at the end of the season, or the reveal will come at the end of the season. This is just setting up Dr. Nazarov as evil and Jane Doe as something who has a lot to find out in the hospital. That was my idea anyway.
And that Vishal will be opposed to Nazarov.
So do we
But
want to?
I don't know if I feel like I don't think Vishal would go to Nazarov. I think he's a bit scared of him.
I'm imagining this would just be a kind of like
You-
going in.
Although,
She's like,
actually,
"You've wheeled her."
there is a conflict here because Vishal promised that he would not leave Jane Doe alone. And
Oh,
probably
yeah.
the doctor wants him to fuck off.
Yeah,
Sorry,
and maybe
R-rated.
Yeah.
leave her in the corridor for a second, go in and talk to him about this
Oh yeah, about
before coming in, staying.
Or do we involve Jane
Yeah.
Doe in the scene and that conflict happens as he is doing something
yeah.
weird?
I think that's
Yeah.
they come into his office and then there's like a Nazarov trying to get rid of Vishal but
That
Vishal
sounds.
trying to.
I like that. I like that. Because then Jane Doe actually gets to be in the scene too. So,
Yes.
and Nazarov doesn't care what Jane Doe thinks, right? Uses her mind powers. But right now, cool. Door opens up, and Nazarov was ushering her in, and so we open with Vishal wheeling her in. And what is your office? What do we see in this office?
Well, there's a door marked private to one side, but leads somewhere. Of course, filing cabinet behind, a nice old mahogany desk in the center of the room. Everything's very, very minimal. There is a picture. There's a small picture frame on the desk facing away, so no one can see what it is. I don't think the camera will see what it is unless it becomes. It's interesting.
Man, that's spooky.
Maybe every camera angle has just something in the way of seeing whatever's on this photo.
Yeah, exactly.
That is so cool. I love that. Then, oh man, unless Kenzie comes to visit, then all of a sudden she'll see the picture. That's right, Kenzie.
Flip photo
So
down.
nosy.
Yes.
So Vishal, you bring Jane Doe in, and it looks like
I
Vishal's not
imagine
leaving. No, sorry, go ahead.
that I imagine you can see Vishal just like exhaling before going in, like okay.
Nice.
Dr. Nazarov, here's the patient from earlier, who we don't know the name of yet. She doesn't remember anything from her life, and she has an appointment for.
I know my schedule.
She's a bit fragile and scared of doctors, so just so you know, I'm gonna stay with her all the time.
You'll be watched.
I'll be staying with her.
Are you a trained psychiatric nurse?
I'm the nurse assigned to this patient, so I'm staying with her all the time. I've promised her, and I talked to the head nurse. This is a lie.
You can wait outside.
No, I'm not waiting outside. It's for the best for the patient. I'm staying.
Excuse me, what did you say? You say you won't leave when
I think you heard
told
me.
by a direct superior to leave my office now.
My job is the well-being of the patient, so I'm staying.
Your job is to do what I say.
No, this time I'm not. I'm staying, definitely.
Oh man, we going to cards? Can we go cards here?
I think we may have to.
Good. Oh man. So what's my agenda? What do I want? Is this plot? I think, or is this character related? Let's see. So we've got the perfectionist of Vishal against the anxiety about losing. It totally feels like a character scene to me, right? Any disagreement? I think we're good. Okay. So what do I want? Oh, what do I want? What am I lobbying?
Yeah, it's weird that the PvP conflicts are always against you.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the things about PTA that was always a little rough for me is when we would do that. So I mostly just made a player character to get along with the others and then went after everybody else. But it doesn't fit here. So we will figure it out. So let's... What do I want? Well, you know, I want Vishal there. I want the appointment to not happen. They turn off the appointment? Is that interesting?
No.
No, it's not. It's not.
No.
It's
By the way,
not. It's not exciting at all. All right, so what do I want?
Jane Doe in this situation, is she waiting? Is she in a wheelchair just outside the office?
No, she's here. I want Jane involved.
Yeah.
Directly. Okay.
She's just being quiet because things are going well.
Yeah, she was standing by her band, or you know.
How? No, I'm not
Well,
sure I
I
can go.
imagine maybe. Sorry.
Go on.
Well, I was thinking, how about some character reveals too much? That's a little Apocalypse World thinking, but
Ooh.
Could be interesting.
the conflict ends in a way that something is revealed that wasn't supposed to be revealed for that character.
That's what I want. I want a secret about Jane Doe's past to be revealed as a result. Yeah, and that's why Vishal can't be around. Yeah. Here we go. And we'll figure out how that secret's revealed based on the cards. That's what I'm going for. Yeah. Here we go. Thank you for that suggestion. Let's go to cards. I am spending 4 because I have so many I can. It means I get 5 cards. Oh yeah, love those cards. Look at all those cards.
Can
All
I
right.
use my fan mail to give Fischel an extra card?
You sure can. And then you need to keep track of that. Well, no, you don't have to necessarily keep. See, in the previous version of Primetime Adventures, keeping track of the card, there was a thing where you would get last word, but that's not part of resolution now. So yes, go ahead and buy him a card.
Okay. Is that my card? This is my card.
Is this your card?
This your card.
And I'm spending 1.
Spending 1.
Mail,
All right, Boodle. And we have top of the class and head nurse. You definitely threw out the head nurse. That's definitely there. Keep in mind, you used top of the class and head nurse before. So if you use top of the class and head nurse here, then your edge and connection are effectively used up because you can use them 2 times because that's your screen presence. You'll have to go and have a scene in your personal set, which I don't have in the notes, but I know we defined it. I can't remember what it was, though.
Maybe doing the rounds, or...
Oh, that's right. It was doing rounds. Yeah.
So I have to go.
We'll have to have a scene of you doing rounds before you get to recharge these. Do you want to use top of the class? Does it fit?
I think
right?
there was a Thorin.
There was a Thorin issue.
Visit.
Oh, right. That was
It
it.
was indeed doing rounds.
Blame the child.
Yeah.
But what about Dr. Saunders' card things? He still, Dr. Saunders, Dr. Nazarov. He has to do his card
Yes,
stuff
they
too.
figure out his cards. And what's he after? What are you trying to do? Assert your authority and kick out Vishal?
I want to assert my authority, and I want to
Regain control?
regain control. Also, I want to see how whatever I'm up to has what my experiments results are on Jane Doe. Kind of, it seems I've been doing things. So
Yeah, we should
see how
probably
that's
figure it out.
progressing.
It seems to be pretty important. It's important to me. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it looks like Dr. Nazarov has head of psych, which you're in your office.
Yeah.
So we're in your personal set, which means you can refresh it. So you can use that. I don't see Andrew Saxon or Terry Brown here. Do you?
No.
All right. So then you've got 3 cards, and you can.
I'm gonna fight fire with fire. I want 5 cards. Give me, I'm spending 2.
Gutsy.
There we go.
All right. Let's reveal some cards, people. Oh man! Again, Rich starts off with the red. Oh.
I've got an ace.
Oh, I think I'm not losing. I'm not winning this one. Oh, 2 reds.
Oh.
Oh, only 2 reds. So all you need is. All you need is love.
Oh,
Boodle's
Boodle's
highest
hand, though.
is a
Boodle-
queen, and she has a 2 of a red
Goodness,
2.
Boodle.
Only 1 red 2.
Wow.
4
Man.
reds for me, and 1 of them is an ace.
Oh my goodness. So let's walk through it. So for Nazarov, do you have more red cards than the producer? Yes. Is your highest card higher than the producer's? Yes. It's a character scene. You resist your impulse, and everything goes your way. Boodles right here. And then we'll quickly look at Boodles for Vishal. You do not have more red cards. You do have the highest card, Queen of Clubs. Yes, you have the Queen of Clubs. So you get a no and yes. So you you have a no and yes. So it's no but. Sorry. So you give in to your impulse, but there's a silver lining, and your impulse was self-destructive behavior. Cool. Do we want to play through it, or do we want to talk for a second?
I think we discussed about that changing to like ambition.
Oh, for impulse?
Yeah. I'm
No,
not sure
no, it wasn't that. No,
Okay.
it was
Issue?
it was the edge. But I think we're just keeping it how it is.
Cool. We can talk after. We can talk after too. So your impulse is to be self-destruct. I actually like that. It really fits. But yeah, it fits the way I see you playing him. But you can switch it. I'm playing. So self-criticism or perfectionist is the issue. But you let's go back to it. So you got a no but. So no but on character is you give in to your impulse, but there's a silver lining. So you gave in to your self-destructive behavior. There's a silver lining from this. Cool. And were there any res that came from cards? If not, we'll delete those.
This one, my ace of diamonds.
Yep. I've got it.
Oh, okay. You're taking care of it? All right, cool. I'll just worry about cards. Okay, so that means that Dr. Nazarov does get Vishal to leave. And Vishal, you can do that.
I think I press a button on my desk, and out of my that side room that's completely white inside, a tall orderly comes out, and Mr. Venkatesh was just leaving. You are to be escorted gently or physically, depending on how you resist, out of the room.
Ooh,
You
so
can't
what
do
you
that. Can you do that?
Well, I'm so sorry. I'll come back, I promise.
Is that self-destructive enough?
Well, that depends on what happens later.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I think he is gonna report it to go to the head nurse, even if that would get him in trouble later. Being the self-destructive, maybe.
Or you can actually get like muscled out of the room because that would be a self-destructive act, kind of. But maybe that's too early in the season.
They're refusing to leave him in, and then gang. Yeah.
With some
I think
straining
maybe
muscles.
I think he is very true to his word, so I think he would do anything to stay with you.
Nice. So you get manhandled out then. Vishal gets forcefully ejected from the room. That's sweet. Awesome. So yeah, this...
And his shirt gets ripped open a little bit, so no.
You like slow down on the buttons popping, and there's just like a little bit of chest. That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, token.
That's so good. That's so good. That was brilliant, Peter. Good job. Cool. So, do we want to follow the scene? Vishal's out, and do we have a scene between Nazarov and Jane Doe here?
I should think so, but maybe you want to cut to another scene first. So you can they can lock eyes, and then you can cut to something else and lock back. TV man can never deliver straight away.
I think the scene would end or pause on me taking the back of the wheelchair and pushing her into that side room, and now let's have a talk.
Oh God, that's so scary.
I know.
Yeah, it's so white in there that you just can't even see what furniture or dimensions or anything in there. It's just white beyond the door.
But
all right,
where will
cool.
you cut to?
We're going to cut to, I'm just making sure. We have, I just want to say, I've only done this one other time, and all the other times I've done Primetime Adventures, which is maybe about 15 or, no, because, I'm sorry, about 25, because we played 2 full seasons of Primetime Adventures. So this is the second time that all next week-ons have been fulfilled.
Woohoo! Well, you have some drive towards next week, huh?
We're good. Okay, this is good. All right, so we have been playing for a couple hours now, and we're good. So I want to set up a new scene, and I want to involve Kenzie.
I think Kenzie and Vishal both have reasons to be Snoopy at this point.
Oh man, that's great. So Kenzie and Vishal, So maybe Vishal comes down to the morgue. Huh?
Well, he promised to get the file as well.
Oh, that's true. Promised to get the file.
And I think
the chat
Kenzie is
then?
just naturally Snoopy. We have to clue in Boodle. She missed a bit.
No, I'm listening. I got the wireless headset. Would he go to the morgue to get the file on Jane Doe? That sounds weird.
Well, Kenzie theoretically can be anywhere, so.
Yeah.
That's true. So where do we want to pick this up at?
Yeah.
Do we want to have you doing rounds? Otherwise, you're going to be pretty hosed in me.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Sweet. Okay, so we pick up with Vishal doing rounds, and the two of you are meeting. You're going to meet up, but what's the scene about? Is it about trying to get more information about Jane Doe?
Maybe he wants a bit of advice. Maybe they're a little bit of friends. I don't know. Because an idea is he wants to report Nazarov, but he doesn't know if he dares to. Well,
you could be trying to get information about Nazarov from Kenzie, because Kenzie's probably one of the few people who goes out of her way to be nice to him.
Yeah.
One of the few? Really?
Everybody's nice to Vishal.
No, I mean to Nazarov.
Ah,
that's true.
That's true.
Oh, that's
Who's
absolutely
lunch with him?
Yeah, get some information about him.
cool. So then we'll say we pick up with Vishal doing rounds, and then you spot Kenzie heading to the file room. There we go. How's that?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good enough pickup? Peasant. Oh, we have hashtag is Dr. Nasty. Just so you know, for those who want to follow along.
I like it.
Nasty. Okay. So yeah, we have the scene. Vishal doing rounds. He's back in his element. He's very good at this part of the job, and then that's when you spot Kenzie moving in. So does Kenzie just walk right up, or does she actually have a card that she spots? How does she get the record?
Oh, this should totally be high tech, but I feel like it's not because it's Jacksonville.
I would agree with that. So does she have like a set of keys then? Is it that low
Yeah.
tech?
Yeah, it's totally a key.
Totally has a key. Sweet. So yeah, you open up, head into the records room. I'm gonna have no idea what a hospital records room looks like other than something I saw over 20 years ago. So I'm just gonna go with something that looks kind of like a doctor's office. Lots of the manila folders with multiple color labels and the like. They're still digitizing a lot of the older records, and that's why the record room still exists. Everything new is digitized, but all that old stuff is still the record room. And that's where Kenzie goes. Turns on the light, and Vishal enters the room moments after. What's Kenzie doing? Is she listening to music? Is she focused?
So Kenzie's got a folder under her arm with a suspicious footprint on it, and she's actually looking for the physical copy that Saunders should have filed instead of her copy that the lunch lady somehow got. So she's trying to figure out where the lunch lady got this copy.
Nice. Cool. Okay. Let's say I'm good with you figuring that out before the scene with Vishal begins. Yeah, because we'll keep some plot moving forward, but I think maybe this is a character-related thing about the perfectionist nurse as well as the them anxiety there. Because now when I feed you information, it's only going to make you more anxious. I think that the file that you had kept in notes, how would you figure out you had been hacked? Because we talked about that shadowy other computer that was picking up, and that's how your information was leaked. So how would you
there was
figure
a
that
physical copy as well, because remember she had initially written up her own report, which Saunders refused to take.
It's Hugh. Hugh the custodian.
Yeah, it's Hugh. Yeah.
It's totally Hugh. So there you go. It's Hugh. How did you figure that out in the records room? Oh, crap. I've painted myself into a corner, but that would totally make sense. Let's talk it through.
So this is where like all the shredding is, right? So a lot of these organizations have like just a room specifically for shredding, and they have a professional shredding service come in and shred it.
Sweet. Thank you.
So Hugh should have picked up her garbage and brought it here to be shredded.
Somehow it didn't make it to the shredder, and that's how Lunch Lady got it. And you're here to discover or to hand that over to be shredded?
I'm trying to find out if that's what happened. That's kind of what I suspect, but I don't want to suspect because I like Hugh. Hugh's good people.
Cool. Awesome. All right.
So I'm trying to find my copy, my initial copy, in the pile of shredding.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, that sounds great to me. So we pick up, and you're looking through all of the files when Vishal comes in. You've made it to the stack of your most recent reports, like the last 10 reports that were paper filed. They are not very timely about the shredding. It's kept in a secure location, right? It's just so happens you have a key. And Vishal, you come in and you see that your friend Kenzie is picking through a bunch of reports in giant manila folders, and yeah, there you go.
I guess I saw her go in and follow her to talk to her. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you. Kenzie, do you have a second?
Yeah. Hi, Vishal. What can I do for you?
See if anyone's watching or not. Well, you've been there quite a long time, a few years more than me. Do you know anything about Nazarov? I mean, he's a bit weird, isn't it?
Well, I wouldn't say weird, cranky. But not weird. You just have to be really nice to him. He likes to talk about boots.
Well, I seem to have, got on his wrong side. I don't know what to do. He's not really. I don't know if I should report him or not. But
why would you report him?
Well, he's not treating the patients really well.
Have you been hearing stuff? Because you don't work in that department, right?
No, well, I had a patient, and I had to go to him. I had an appointment with him, and he was treating me really bad, and the patient really bad. So I don't know what to do.
Well,
is he getting away with stuff like this? Has he always been like that? So.
Well, he is the head of psychology, so he is pretty important. There's, all the politics, and she kind of rolls her eyes. But what did he do specifically?
Yeah. Well, he just well, the patient was really scared of the doctors, and he just didn't care. And it basically forced me to leave the patient when I had promised her to stay with her. I think that's wrong.
Well, they have like waivers and things, right? You should have had the waiver sign up, or the patient sign a waiver saying that you should stay.
Yeah, well, I guess I didn't do that.
This isn't the coma patient, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard there's a big fight about that.
Yeah, I don't know what to do, because what can he do to me if I I want to do my job? I want to do what's right, but I don't know what. Nazarov seemed to be able to, do whatever.
Do you want me to talk to him for you? I really don't think you should report him, because if you report him, it's all going to roll right downhill.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Yeah, do you think that would help? Can you
Well, I can try. You can always try.
Well, I guess, yeah. I guess it's better than not doing anything. Yeah.
Is your patient going to be moved to his wing?
Yeah, she's there now. Well, she was moved she was there a few, I think it's an hour ago now.
Well, what are you doing right now? We can go check on her together.
Yeah, I'm almost finished with my round, so I guess so.
Okay, well, I can meet you up there in 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, okay. I can do that.
Cool.
Is there anything?
Yeah.
Other than the fact that Kenzie does find that her file did not make it to Shredding?
Hugh.
She knows the CU. What's she going to do about that?
She's got this whole, trust thing, though, because she's anxious about them, and she doesn't know who's part of them.
Is that the conflict?
Well, that's more with Hugh than Vishal, though.
That's true.
Because Vishal's issue is separate from her issue.
It is. And I don't want to push a conflict if we don't see a conflict. But it feels like the scene's ending if we don't come to a conflict at this point to push it into something else. And I'm okay with the scene ending. It was pretty cool. I had to step away for a minute.
Yeah, because I don't really see how I can kind of rake Vishal into the whole missing report thing.
Okay, so we'll leave that lying. That's something we can maybe resolve at another future time. So, do we skip ahead? Do we jump back? Yeah, we jump back to Nazarov and Jane Doe scene.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that.
Can I have a very quick 1 minute bio break?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or is that like-
I had to take my bio break while they started talking. Sorry. What happens when you drink a lot of water?
The other thing is, this isn't like Kenzie's only got a screen presence of 1 for
Yeah,
this and next episode, so I'm really okay prolonging her storyline.
Understood. We'll just have pictures of shoes.
We have to think about how we're setting up Vishal's storyline for next time as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out what. Does he feel good? Is that his resolving his issue? He's a perfectionist. Being recognized, does that resolve his issue?
Well, it can't get resolved until the end of the season, right?
No, it could be resolved because I mean, in your spot, because that's one of the things in the season I played of Primetime. I had my spotlight like just before the midpoint, so almost right before the mid-season break, and I kind of planned it. I went 2-3, 2, 1, 1. So he resolved his thing for that season, like right up front, and then he was just there to kind of support people when we reinforced he was on a good path because he solved his problem, you know.
So you're supposed to resolve your issue in your spotlight episode. No.
You don't have to, but it's your spotlight, and it's about your issue, and if you just string it along and then you have no kind of narrative control later when you're trying to resolve it, it becomes mechanically pretty darn tough.
Okay.
So if you think about it, you have to basically suck up for a bunch of fan mail, squirrel it away, just to get back to where you're at right now. I think I should have done a better job of explaining that to you.
No, that's fine.
But it can easily be something we drive to in this next scene. Which would probably be why, because I don't think we have more than one scene left.
Yes. Alex has to go soon as well.
So we'll do this last scene, and then we're going to do next week on.
Oh, the other thing about your particular issue, Jules, is it's very broad.
Yes.
Oh, to uncover the truth. Yeah, I was reading in the book and I found out that they actually the examples were written pretty broad. Like there was a character who just wanted to prove himself or something. So I sort of wrote it in the same vein. Of course, I wanted to uncover the truth about me. I wanted to know what was up with me.
Yeah, I am back.
You have returned.
I think we're missing Jan, though.
Yes.
Well, Jan can catch up. I just don't want to lose out on what little bit of time we have left. So we're going to set up the scene. So let's talk real quick. Because this scene, now that we've had this conversation, so Alex, while you were away, one of the things that we talked about was your spotlight episode. Should you resolve your character's issue?
Getting a bit of distortion for a second.
Okay.
Oh, it's back. It's fine. Yeah, while I was away.
Yeah, while you were away, one of the questions that Jules had was, do you not solve your issue until the end of the season? And my recommendation is that while you've got a screen presence of 3, you know, from a mechanical perspective, you've got a much better chance of actually influencing the narrative. So, in the games that I have played of Primetime Adventures, I usually will solve my issue in the spotlight. I don't know if that necessarily fits perfectly with Jane Doe, but I think we definitely need to get some answers for her, because I think that's only going to drive you forward for the rest of the season if you know what happened to you or what you are.
Some things, but not too much. Like the final episode is a Dr. Nazarov episode, so I think we could just use this episode to tie us in together so much that
it's true. It's a nice book.
His exposition is my exposition.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
A reasonably big revelation about you that can end the first proper episode on a...
Yes.
Yes. So that's where we're headed. Good. So we're all...
No pressure!
Yeah.
Don't suck, is what I'm saying.
Okay, I want the full power of the writer's room coming up with any suggestions.
Summon the room of writers!
Yeah.
Or something.
That includes people who have to communicate through Messenger as well.
Yes.
And iMessage. is the sum of all writers that are participating in this hangout and the one viewer. Hello, viewer. All right. Wait, is the viewer one of you guys using a different account? Because I was excited that we've kept their attention for this long. It's totally
Love you.
All right. So now we pick up with.
Cheer button. Press the cheer button.
Hold on, where's the Google effects? It totally is one.
No, it's the cheer button from the person who's viewing can press.
I thought you
Unless
guys
that's
were in
what
a hurry.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, we are. Thank you.
This is-
The end. All right. I had to do it. I couldn't help it.
Deuces.
I'm a goofball. I apologize. So let us get back to our wondrous scenes. Now, Vishal has been forcefully escorted out of the room, and
That's not ominous.
Jane Doe have been wheeled in the wheelchair into a side room. So this is a completely different room. Dr. Nazarov, have we seen this room before? I don't think we have, right?
Maybe with some weird visions of I don't know.
Is this where we... no, you did see the watch before, right? Before he jammed you with a syringe. So you know
Yes.
this guy's attached to you somehow,
Yes.
whoever the you is.
It could have been zoomed in when he was wheeling my wheelchair out, and he could have zoomed in on his wrist as well.
Yes. Cool. So what do we see in this room as we open up, and what are you doing to Jane Doe? She's not sedated.
No.
I've just positioned her in the center of the room, and then walked around to the front of her, standing over.
God. It's so intimidating.
So you've been sleeping for quite a while.
Is this the psych room? Shouldn't there be a couch or something?
Are you not comfortable?
It's alright.
Well, then let us begin. You know, I've been waiting quite a while to talk to you. Quite a while.
I can't say the same. I guess you know more about me than I do about you.
Well, I'm sure we can correct that. Now, the visions. Go on. The visions. I would like to discuss them.
How do you know?
I just smile slightly. It's my job to know the minds of my patients. Now, if you could tell me about the visions. Now.
Or what?
Now, you could just tell me about the visions, or I have other, more specialized equipment, which I would prefer. It would be much quicker or simpler if you just tell me about the visions you've had, and we can go from there. Or
How do people just let you do this?
what have I done? Have I made you uncomfortable?
Yes. Starting with removing the nurse that was here to take care of me and make sure I would be okay.
He does have lots of other patients he should be seeing to. I'm only looking after the well-being of the hospital. He can't be lollygagging around here. neglecting his other patients. I mean, you are very important. Very important. But the other patients also have to be seen to.
Where did you get that watch?
Anyway. Is it a pocket watch? I think it is. On like a chain.
Wristwatch.
Oh, is it a wristwatch? Oh.
It was on your wrist.
No. There's a gift. I kind of look wistfully at the watch. There's some sort of significance to it, and
Is it special too?
just a watch. Just a watch. Any significance is purely my own.
I don't think I need to be here. I'm not crazy. I am not in a coma.
And
I think
your
I
name
need to be
is?
discharged.
You don't know your name.
It takes time for those memories to return. That's what the nurse said.
Sadly, he's not the expert in the field. One can't be perfect at everything.
Are you interested in having my memory back? You haven't asked me a thing about my memory yet.
Well, if you just answer the question about your visions, we can work towards that. You seem to be skirting this issue. I kind of walk behind her, and you can hear something being like slid out of the wall, maybe, and some button pressing.
Nice.
I think we're heading towards a conflict, Rich.
I think so too.
I think so, yeah.
That's really good. That's really good. So, I want out of this for your supernatural power to be revealed, Jane. That's what I want.
Is that a good conflict, though? Because he already seems to know, unless he's bluffing, and I already kind of know. Or do you mean more than visions? I'm not sure what
I mean, like you're going
with that.
to whip out and basically hurt him. Is what I was thinking. Like,
Unleash hero type event.
I would have framed that differently, but yeah, that's yeah.
Well, no. How would you? What was a better way to say it?
She's stonewalling him. Is she going to put up resistance or fail to actually? That's what you're thinking as well. It's just the same thing.
That would be awesome if the doctor goes in like, we have other methods we can use, and she just goes.
As do I.
Yes.
Sweet. Okay, cool. So we're on the same page now. Good. That's what I want. I'm going to put cards on the table. You guys, what do you want out of this, Dr. Nazarov?
To be in control.
Yeah, be in control, of course. I think something about her having powers is something that I
Anticipated?
I've anticipated, possibly even instigated in some way. I think her having power has something to do with me feeling more in control. But obviously, I don't want them used against me. I want her to be kind of maybe servile to me, like almost like become my tool. I think.
You want to establish your dominance.
Yes.
All right, that makes sense, and it really fits within your issue. Is this a plot or is this a character? It sounds like a character if it's really around your anxiety, right? Or does it? So I need to know because the scene resolution is: do you get what you want, which is plot related, or do you resist your impulse? which is character related. I think it's now that I said that, it sounds like it's plot because you're trying to enforce will and do a thing, right?
I think it is my issue, really.
It sounds like a old thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is I could see it as a plot thing. We could squint real hard and say that it's a plot thing that results from your issue or your impulse.
I'm still not quite sure on the difference.
Yeah, I'm not.
So if you go to the scene resolution, you can see the different results for character and plot on the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah, there you go.
So if you see the character, if you get everything, you resist your impulse. That's what happens, right? And everything goes your way, which means you can't get what you're after.
No. Yeah, this is total plot, because we both really want to get something.
Yeah,
right.
Plot.
So you either get what you want or you don't get what you want. And then the impulse is the second thought. So they both can kind of end up in near the same place. So even if we screw it up, we'll be okay. But it feels more plot to me because, yeah, we're doing some plot. Okay, so back to how many cards, Nazarov. I know what you want. You want to establish your dominance over her.
Well, I've got my 2 fifth bit of that. And an extra... I'm still in my... I'm literally in my white room now. Head of Psych, of course. Does the personal set... The personal set doesn't give me a card, does it? That's just...
It allows you to refresh your used edges and connections, but no, it does not give you a card.
And you have 6 cards.
I do. I
And
certainly
you put
do.
1 in. There we go.
So we can give tokens to other people as well, right?
That is correct.
Get an
Yep, you
extra
sure can. You can spend a token for a card for one of the players, or for me. You can totally give me a card. Not that I need it with 6.
And I get an extra card for Supernatural.
Yes.
And then I can still spend some from tokens.
And you get one from me.
Yay.
The cards. that
Okay.
is.
I actually can't refuse your card, can I? And it's like, have a card.
I'm
I'll put it here. This is yours.
trying to lowball and you're making me draw more cards.
Yeah! Oh, like being Dr. Nabarov's, what does she call it? Accomplice for 2 episodes seems really cool for Vishal's next episode. So I like both story bits, really.
Then we framed a good conflict.
Yes. But you have 6 cards, though. And you always
I do.
win.
I really want you to break bad on it.
If you don't want my card, you
No,
don't have to take it.
I think I do, right? I mean, this is a bit of the competitive thing. Yeah, I think you do. Okay, I'll add 1 too. So everyone has all their cards.
All right, let's start flipping. Oh, not good for me. Starting off. Ah, there's a red card. Whoa, look at the sea of red up
Oh
there.
shit, that's not my card.
No.
Oh, base. Oh, you had an ace. 2 red.
Oh,
2 red.
man.
2 red.
2 red. Oh, man. Poor
Nice.
Dr. Nazarov. Poor guy. Alrighty.
It's too late to... Nothing.
Okay, so
Well,
let's
I
go
think
to
we need to play this a little bit further to resolve it, I think.
Let's do it, but I think we know what's going on, right? Is that
Yeah.
Nazarov's not going to browbeat you.
Yes.
You get what you want,
But
Jane.
Jane has a yes but, right?
Do I have a yes, but?
You have a yes, but.
Okay. Yes, but my powers get revealed, or is it be more butty than that?
It is plot, so yes, you get what you want. Your impulse is provoked, is how that is written. Your impulse being, of course, weak-willed.
That's a tricky one, though, because what I want is not to be controlled by this guy and not to tell about my visions, and what my impulse is to be weak-willed.
It is.
Hmm.
How do we resolve that?
does she break down in a kind of incoherent, unhelpful way?
That makes some sense. What do you think with that, Jules?
Is that a bit too weak-willed, I guess?
I don't want you to, because this is your spotlight scene, so I don't want you to lose.
Well, I definitely want to show off the supernatural powers, so that can definitely happen.
Just do that then. You're weak-willed.
yeah.
You resist the urge to use your supernatural powers.
Yeah, you.
I failed to resist. Wait.
Yes.
Fail to control yourself.
You fail to resist the urge to use something supernatural against him. There you go. How's that? It's kind of weird, but it lets me get what I want. No, I'm being sneaky. What are other ways we could do it? We could play through the scene and see what comes up, but you're not giving in, but maybe you're not
What's my
helping.
Just to be clear, what's mine's a no.
I'm not sure
think
if,
I'm a no
if you need
hand.
to tie or do you need to get more.
Oh,
than-
I've got highest card, so you're a no. You're a no and. You don't get what you want, and your impulse is provoked, so you lose your temper.
Petty.
So you need to get higher amount of red cards than the.
Yeah, because the question is, do you have more red cards than the producer? A tie,
Right.
right, it goes to me.
Well, I
Right.
think as a no and he's going to be like, okay, well, the other way, and some sort of device is going to, like on some sort of cable, is going to be retracted out of the wall behind it, and he's going to attempt to kind of plug into her head with something.
Oh my gosh, that's insane! I love it.
I don't know how that's going to
Right,
what
right.
he would do. But I mean, that's my
So where do we
first
pick
thought.
up again? Well, yeah. I'm thinking
What we
she
pick
might
up with that
actually.
action?
Yeah. Okay. So the last thing, that was something else came sliding out, and that was reference to the other ways of.
Yes, some sort of
Tapping
device
into-
is being used now, or attempted.
What are you pulling out? What is
It's-
this? What does
it's
this look like?
White. Well, behind you can't see it, but
Mhm.
it's like a white cable with some sort of it's connected to like a wall of buttons and readouts, and it has some sort of pin, like maybe 2 pins, like needles on the end, and he wants to.
But I'm not strapped in my chair though, right?
No,
No, you're not.
But I think I would go behind you and like hold you underneath the chin, and
Mhm.
then and sigh. and I think just be extra evil, like just like sort of mutter under my breath. It's like they never take the easy way.
Yeah, this is your monologuing moment.
Yeah.
Let me see what to do with that.
No.
It's just the 2. I need some comeuppance. I need to be slapped down.
Yeah, I think so.
I really need some level
I'm still
1
trying to see how I
spotlight
can
slapping
work
down.
Well, it can actually I'll try to grab your hand and push you away. This can either showcase the fact that I'm very weak or that your character's actually very weak. I'm not sure, or both. Like, do you need to get an orderly to restrain me, or do you just easily slap my hand away, or?
What do I think I like the opportunity to be weaker, so I think I would be like grab you by the wrist, but kind of like your arm would still be kind of moving around. I'd be like, Otis.
Sweet. So I'm gonna move in for a second here because the resolution is that Jane Doe doesn't give in, right? So you got what you wanted, which was to resist.
Yes.
But you did it in a weak-willed way. So I think Otis doesn't come out. He does not come out to assist you, and instead you hear a knock at your inner door, and
Get in here now.
and you hear, shoot, It's Lydia. Open up, Dr. Nazarov. Right now.
Damn it. I think 1 second. Would she? I think I would be trying to slide this device back into the wall, maybe.
Sure. I think it's probably got some retraction ability.
Yeah, like, like one of those. Yeah. Would she? Does she barge it?
She'll give you
Before I
about
get
a
that.
few seconds, and then she's going to open the door. Yeah. So
Okay, maybe
let's
I
say
just-
that she walks in
that's fine.
as you're finishing up the hiding the device. I've
Lydia.
told you this room is off limits, Dr. Nazarov, without supervising staff from the administration.
I can handle this perfectly well. I have full control over this. Lydia.
I'm struggling to get out of my chair. I'm getting up and trying to walk away.
As you can see, she is distressed.
Miss Doe, it's all right here. And she walks over. Have a seat. Your legs don't work as well quite yet. You still need physical therapy. I'll take you back to
I
work.
want a second opinion.
I'll make sure you have one. Open the door, Dr. Nazarov.
This is really uncalled for. This is my patient. I
Not
am
today.
seeing to her well-being.
Is he seeing to your well-being, Jane?
Not today.
Well, she obviously needs the counselling first before. I will.
Lucius, open the door.
I kind of walk by, slamming the door open and leaving the room.
Petulant.
Yeah.
Petulant child. I'll make sure that you get a second opinion, Jane. And she pushes you away, and the credits start to roll.
As I watch her leave, squinty-eyed.
Sweet.
Oh, I didn't get to do any cool power explosion.
I
this
know.
way.
What do you think? Maybe we'll get like an inkling of some kind of power or something. I don't know. That's a good point. How do we do that? Once you get
Ouch.
outside the door. Ooh, I love it. Ooh, wait. Let me throw this out.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
As soon as the door
Agree.
shuts, there is no Lydia.
Oh, it's beautiful!
Oh,
Oh,
that's
it's beautiful! Oh,
my
it's
idea
so
was
good!
not as good.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so gorgeous.
Sweet. Yeah.
That's
there's-
way more trippy than mine was like the machine kind of
That is-
sparks, but yours is way more trippy.
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool. And then
That is the
you
best.
start kind of pushing the the wheels of the chair and wheel yourself back to your room. And now the credits roll. Thank you for asking for that. That was awesome. Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
That is so much better.
All right. Everybody, take a minute or two to think about next week on, and that's how we'll wrap this up.
No, then we need Boodle back because it's going to be a Vishal episode.
It is a Vishal episode. It's very important. We can't do
And
this.
Boodle is probably listening.
It's true.
Although for the preview for the Vishal episode, it sort of depends if we'll have Yona back, of course.
That is an important part, but it does shape how the episode's going to go.
Although his issue, of course, is being taken seriously and his perfection.
Yeah, it's,
Hey, it turns out that Caitlin didn't make it out of the pilot. I've seen that happen. Happens on the
Mm.
television.
I think her issue
happens,
is more pulls him in more than his issue pulls her in.
Yeah.
Really. So,
We actually.
though it would be
Totally.
very cool to have her back.
Yes, absolutely. That's my preference. Doesn't happen. Keep gaming. It's all still friends. All right. Let's think of next week ons. I think. Oh man, I've got a few ideas bubbling in my head. This is exciting. I like when I'm brimming with next week ons. Oh man, they should install this in every game. It's so great.
trying to think of.
trying to think of something Vishal related. I really like that we had a couple that were related around Jane Doe, and fulfilling it actually pushed.
Those
this
are going to
episode
push
forward.
back for 2 episodes now.
We have a view over. It's a view of Lydia's office, and Vishal is there, and it's kind of view the camera slightly over his shoulder, so you can see that it's his. Like you see his face in profile, and Lydia says she's looking down at her. It's like I keep like going back to older technology, but I wanted this to be. So she's looking down at an iPad, and she says, "Your test results came back." That's it.
Ah, that's nice.
Any others?
Oh, could I have one as well with Vishal punching Dr. Nazarov to the ground? I don't know where. We don't know. We'll find.
It doesn't even matter. That's all that matters. That's so great. Oh, so cool.
In a very manly way.
Yeah, Michelle's totally.
I-
Oh,
I guess I could keep this very vague, but I'm imagining this with Jane Doe, but I'm not sure if it needs to be.
mm-hmm.
But I'm seeing Dr. Saunders going like, but that's impossible.
Oh, nice.
That's Vishal saying it?
No.
Dr. Saunders.
Oh, okay.
Potentially
Dr.
with Jane Doe, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, what is the actual screen presence next? Where are you screen?
Caitlin and Dr. Saunders for Vishal's episode, and Jane Doe, Kenzie, and Dr. Nazarov are in the back. And that might change a little bit, of course.
Yep. Andrea, do you have a next week on?
I'm trying to decide. I've got like 3 of them, and I'm trying to
That's
pick one.
awesome. I love
And
when
it's
you have multiple.
terrible.
It's very cool.
So I think we're just going to keep pursuing Kenzie's own little storyline because she has one, just for reasons.
I love it. You're the beat
So I
box.
think it's like a it's like kind of it's a darker room, like it's just poor lighting, and it's unfinished, and there's desk just cluttered and dirty, probably like the handyman's room. And she's paging, like she's flipping through papers on the desk, and she finds one, and it's clearly her signature at the bottom, and it's the report. It's the ME's report of Dr. Saunders' wife's death.
Oh,
Nice.
That
Nice.
is brilliant. That is great.
that just gave me a little tingle down my spine.
I think I might have to run, but I'll watch the end of the video. When
Okay.
it's posted.
Goodbye, Alex.
Whatever.
Nice.
We still need Boodle though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's only Alex who has to run, right?
Yeah, I own it.
Can Boodle come back to us?
Yeah, and she can probably even take the good computer if she wants to.
Huh.
Okay. Bye.
Does
Hi.
Jane Doe have a scene yet?
I have so many.
I know.
I really want to see Kenzie, but we don't have to do that. We foreshadow that right now. There needs to be more sex, so there should be a scene where it looks like Vishal and Jane Doe will have sex, and it will
yes,
be
it's
super
done.
contrived and not actually happen because, he loves his girlfriend.
Oh, that could be it.
Yeah, that could
Just-
be. That's a
just-
total teaser scene, of
just-
course. Yeah.
Vishal and Jane Doe in carnal.
No, it has to look like they're having sex, so people
Oh,
are like,
yes.
"Oh my god, it's the shipping thing,"
Yes.
Yes. We
But exactly, like in the scene, you see something that clearly suggests.
Yeah, it could be like Vishal scooping Jane Doe in his arms. It's probably right before an explosion hits, but you don't see that in the teaser. But, yeah.
Yeah, it's really boring. She just faints.
Yes. Very likely. That's why we don't watch what happens next bits.
Cool. I'm not sure if Boodle's able to make it back after all. Do we want to just talk about the game? So let's talk. What were your thoughts on the first episode versus the pilot?
Way better.
It's better. It's getting more shape.
Jan, unmute.
Sorry. I still felt the system was kind of clunky. Like it sort of tends to feel like it's a little bit in the way, but it was much better than last time.
Okay.
It's starting to make more sense now, though. So
Yeah,
that helps.
and again, this is I think just a bit inherent to the system. That it's like because of all the token handling and card handling, you have to really stop the action and go like, wait, okay, now we're going to do the system.
Mm-hmm.
And then you are sort of taken out of that action.
That was less intrusive this time, though. So,
Yes.
like last time.
Well,
I was
this
really
time
like,
everyone
What?
understood the system
That
a lot
helps.
better
That
already, and I
helps.
think that will just improve over the next few sessions.
Yes.
Okay, makes me feel better. I feel like there was a lot more punch in our
Yes.
conflicts,
Yes.
and I'm glad that I asked for help because you guys made things better every single time. So that was awesome.
Awesome. Also, Alex's character is so going down. Just
Yes.
so he's now, or he's
I know.
not
I
here.
was, I was really pulling for him to be a decent guy, just kind of a creeper. But
Oh, you can maybe still redeem him, but it's gonna take. It has to be all the way at the end of the season now, because.
Ooh, it's Boodle.
Boodle!
Oh, hey. I've been
Hey,
listening.
Do you
all the
want to
time,
add? Do you want to add a next time on scene? Because next episode is your episode.
Yeah, it's yours. What do you want to set
I
up?
was
What kind of
thinking a little
scene
bit, because I did put my parents in, or Vishal's parents in the sheet of. I don't know how. If I'm thinking a bit, I don't know.
Oh, like parents that have too very high expectations of you, and want to see you be a doctor instead of a nurse or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. I was thinking something like that.
Oh, sweet. Maybe we just go out with it. The mother or the father say, so why aren't you a doctor?
You're obviously much more qualified.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
Excellent. That explains why he's so perfectionist. That will be like the perfect, grounding of his issue.
Brilliant. Thank you
It's,
all so
probably
much.
something-
So next Sunday we will have Michelle's Spotlight episode, and we'll continue Heart and Souls Hospital. Thanks everybody for playing. Stop it here.